Oh my god, it's us. Hello. Hello, Twitch.
What up? Happy
Hooray.
National Ice Cream Day,
Wait,
that
what?
today?
by the way.
Yeah. Hold on.
Ice Cream Day.
Hold on. It's National Ice Cream Day?
Yes.
I have no ice cream.
I'm gonna have to
If
go
you
go
were
in
ice cream,
there.
what would you be?
What would you be if you were an ice cream?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What would you all be?
I
What
would
would
be
you
the
in the
Ben and
chat be?
Jerry's cheesecake core ice cream because it's my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
So I hope everybody in chat has a little bit of ice cream.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what ice cream I'd be, but
I don't either. I'm just gonna pick mint chocolate chip because that's my favorite.
Ooh, that's a good one. Hmm.
something to ponder for the next
I would
couple
say
hours.
I'm some sort of Ben and Jerry's strawberry because I am both sweet and expensive. Mm-hmm.
I like
Not
it.
cheap, sorry.
Huh?
I think that's fine.
Oh.
I'm no cheap ice cream.
I'm no cheap.
I'm no
ice cream.
Neapolitan.
I'm no.
What do I look like? Some kind of peasant?
What am I, pet? You take
I'm
me
no
for briars.
Kroger's plain vanilla.
Basket Bays in chat. Milk and Cookie from Ben and Jerry's is my fave.
That's-
Okay,
That's Jane.
I know it's Jane, but I didn't
Okay.
know how much. I don't know if people want to use real names, whatever. I just say the username. Anyways, Milk and
Oh.
Cookies. I like that. Okay, welcome to.
Hey, I call Fletcher by Fletcher when he's in chat, and I'm like, wait,
Fletcher.
Fletcher's not his first name.
What,
Duh.
it isn't? What?
No, apparently not.
I didn't know that.
It's a secret.
Oh,
Anyway,
I'm gonna find
So-
out the secret.
on with the stream.
D&D.
On with the show.
But do we have to, really? I mean, come on, ice cream? Alright, I guess that's what we're here for. I have to sneeze. I have to cough, actually.
Cough into your elbow, you.
Dude, I feel like
uncultured
you just
swine.
coughed through the world, and then I spilled drink all over my shirt, so that it was like you just coughed on me. We have a good start for today.
Okay,
everybody.
don't reveal my secrets, but that's actually my magical power. Okay, hi, and welcome to the Destination Isle on Games with Frands, the D&D stream that has 100% of your daily recommended value of kobolds, sassy, sentient books, and blackjack. I'm Val, and I'll be your casino master for today.
And hookers.
And hookers. Well, actually,
Yes,
you know,
hookers
there
also.
we haven't seen a hooker yet that we know of.
That we know of.
We actually have. It's Troy.
Ooh,
Ah, shit.
All
we're in
right.
for a good episode here, guys.
Mhm. Today on stream, we'll have some music by Autumn Orange, who's very kindly allowed their music for streams. Thank you very much for that. You can follow them at twitter.com/sonicvaughn, VAUGHN. They're pretty great. I've actually had their music on like sort of like a chill, relax playlist for ever since we started using them now, and it's nice. I like
It's
it.
really relaxing.
It is.
I put it on during work all the time, and it just makes me like not like hate my life anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, ah, yes, now I
Yeah.
can do it.
Zen experience.
I turned on some music from Nier earlier because I was like, I want to relax, and then I was like, oh no, now I'm sad. So then I turned on and
Don't relax,
no
Nier.
spoilers for the chat,
Right.
but then I turned that on. I was like, oh, this is much better.
No more depression music.
No more depression. Okay, today our sponsor is Wes. Do you have anything with your sponsorship of words to say?
Don't have depression.
Oh,
It's not good.
Oh, wow, that cured my depression instantly.
Wow, instant
you.
serotonin. You're
Oh my
welcome.
God.
Oh my
everybody.
god, Wes.
We're so good for everyone.
Do you
Nas
realize how
actually.
you could take advantage of the American healthcare system with this information?
I'd be a
Dude.
millionaire, and then
Oh,
I
yeah.
would create communism.
Communism. Nos is actually spec'd into a special kind of arcane a magic missile that shoots serotonin. So
I was wondering where you were going with that.
yeah,
That's very strange considering he's probably the most depressed kobold you've ever laid eyes on.
but we love him.
Poor baby.
Sweet baby. Okay. Last time on the Destination Isle, the party had returned to Isles, where everything was totally okay. Everything's fine. While waiting for Tulkas to contact them about the tablet he was researching, the group decided to get a bit of well-deserved rest and fun. Kazri and Aver decided to get breakfast at the casino's 24/7 all-you-can-eat buffet, which was totally not a mistake whatsoever. The waiter informed the duo of a betting game where the participants would try to guess how much weight they would gain from a meal. Kazuri, no stranger whatsoever to gambling or intestinal challenges, took on this bet and ended up winning a small amount of gold. I think, did you throw up after that?
No.
She almost did. You made her not throw
you
up.
took the
It was
you took
disgusting.
the diarrhea pills that we weren't sure if they caused or prevented it, but that
Exactly.
helped. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Nas took it upon himself to visit August Escoff, the head chef of the Golden Escape with the most original chef name ever, to successfully convince him to order Ike's hot sauce from Kiza for the casino. The chef was enticed with both the spicy nature of the sauce and the spicy labeling. Nas also visited a library to learn more about Ormurian history and the nature of the tablet's message. Meanwhile, Topaz asked a very surprised Troy and Libro out for a nice date at the Umbrian, where they enjoyed scallops and fancy drinks while getting to know one another. The date ended with Topaz giving an amazed Troy a tour of her luxury suite. I think he jumped on like all of the furniture. He was pretty stoked about that.
With his shoes on because he's a disgusting bastard.
Because he's just absolutely
yeah.
like a feral. Yeah.
It's fine.
Foul, evil man.
I will kill him.
It's not good enough for Topaz. Afterward,
true.
the party made their way to the casino's beach day. Kazri and Aver joined the Paladin series for a archery competition where Kazri surprisingly beat out everyone with a weapon she wasn't even that proficient with to win a handful of gold.
That's right.
Topaz then joined the Speedo-clad Troy for a volleyball competition, but Troy was quickly tagged out by Nas, who, together with Topaz, defeated the two opponents that were just... These guys had like an unfathomable amount of abs. It was really impressive that you were able to win that. I couldn't count that high.
God, they had a 20-pack.
They had a 20-pack each. One of them was 6'20". It's crazy. Kazri then left...
Fucking ton.
Wait a fucking ton, yeah. Kazri then left the beach to speak with the bartender at the Brownwater Tavern, with the most appetizing beer, about finding some work for the Songbirds. He only told her that she could return in the future and he would have some jobs for her. Upon leaving, Kazri found that her house had been ransacked.
That's right.
Later, Tolkis got into contact with Nas and made his journey to the Golden Escape. Tolkis checked into the hotel and gave a report on the tablet. The sealed door that the tablet opens is rumored to be somewhere beneath the town of Ilis. With this, our party began to discuss their plans for the tablet. And after going to bed on Thursday night, after talking with Tolkis and hanging out a bit with Libro, we pick up on Friday at... I was going to say morning, but not everybody wakes up till like noon. So Friday at noon, what's going on with people?
I imagine Topaz is probably prepping for her show tonight.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did Kazri sleep in her ransacked house, or did she
No.
go back to the
no.
hotel? What's
No,
going
I
on?
boarded up the house. I boarded up the house, locked it back up again, went back to the hotel, and pretty sure laying sprawled out on the floor of Aver's hotel room like she was the day before.
Oh, okay. So just like a starfish on the bed or the floor or whatever. Yeah, got it.
Floor, yeah.
Okay. Boxes of like whatever the equivalent of Little Caesar's pizza just around. Yeah,
Hey,
I remember.
girl's got to get a midnight snack.
I remember college. It's fine. Okay. What is Aver doing at noon?
Are you still sleeping, Kazri?
Well, I was, but I feel like noon's probably pretty good. She's probably trying to figure out what we're gonna do today.
Getting ahead of you this time.
Okay. So you're still in there. Okay, so let's go over like what we're gonna do today. Are we gonna hit up like the casino or poolside or what? What kind
Well,
of
I
adventures?
guess I hate to be the practical one here. It really pains me, but without Nos in the room to speak on the practical one's behalf, I feel like we should really think about trying to gear up. We have all this money that we won. Maybe we should go shopping.
Ooh. Yes, yes. Okay. So what kind of like shopping is there?
I don't know. We got some fucking dope magical items. What do you got on
Yeah.
the list there, DM?
The DM is panicked and Googling magical items real quickly.
Like, ah, shit.
Shopping.
D&D. It's never ready. Okay.
While you're doing that.
While I'm doing that.
While you're doing that. Wow. 1 second.
You okay there?
Maybe.
Maybe.
There we go.
There we go.
Anyways.
So we'll go shopping.
Oh, I thought you were going to do
also...
something as Topaz.
While you're doing
I
that,
was just opening my own.
I was like, what is Topaz doing? Just fiddling with the ginger ale.
Do we know, Nos, did you relay back to the group that you spoke with, what's his name?
We were all there.
We were all there, yeah.
Were we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's our next step, I guess, in the great tablet excursion?
we go.
Yeah, but I think
Next step is go?
the thing is
Yeah.
that we kind of have to wait, or at least Topaz has to wait because she has her shows this weekend before she can go anywhere. She doesn't
Yeah,
want to.
so we have until Monday, and then we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
To that end,
Okay.
Nos is doing more research.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're researching?
Particularly what I would assume to be ruins underneath the city, and then anything more on Omorian history.
Okay. Make a history check for me, please. And make one history check and one investigation check.
We're about to go down into the sewers, right?
Maybe.
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 So
Okay.
the history check was a bust. That was a 4. And then the investigation check was a 15.
Okay. Investigation check. Did you? I'm assuming you went to the library for this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not piecing a ton of things together, but you do manage to find some research that when Halcyon Ventures founded Ilis on the Destination Isle, they founded it upon a site that was it was an Omurian ancestral worship site, and they essentially paved that and built their city over it.
Well,
Okay.
that wasn't very nice of them.
Yeah, it turns out the capitalists are dicks.
Pretty rude.
Huh.
What?
Weird.
But you didn't find out the name of it or anything, but you did find out that there was an ancestral site here that was important.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing. The librarian does come around, and it is a halfling woman, and she just says, she's pretty old, by the way. She just says, hi, is there anything I can help you with? Do you finding everything? Oh, sorry, I should keep my voice down, because I keep forgetting I work in a library.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, well, just let me know if you need anything, dearie. And she walks off and goes back to the reference desk.
Well, then, he'll get back to Topaz then. That's probably all he'll find.
That probably took him a couple hours anyway, right?
I would say it'd take about an hour at least.
Yeah, hour and a half.
My
maybe.
cat's scratching at the door. I banished him earlier
One
because
needy
he was
cat,
being
needy
a
cat.
real. Oh, well, it's obviously Winston. I banished him.
Yeah, I don't know
earlier.
why I asked which one. I knew the answer.
I banished him earlier because he was being a real jerk because he was attacking my
my
cord
baby.
and I wasn't a fan of it. Okay, Nos, when you go back to the casino, going back to your room, you see a stack of 4 boxes outside of it with a note on the side of them.
I'll read the note.
Okay, the note says, Dearest Nos, yes, Jane, it's Winston. Dearest Nos, I brought these boxes of hot sauce from Ike. I brought as many as I could fit into the wagon. Enclosed are 50 bottles in each box, so there's a total of 200.
Okay.
Ike designed a special label for these.
Okay,
Ooh, I want
cool.
to see
And it
that.
just says, with warmest regards, Tulkas. P.S. Come see me when you're ready.
Okay.
I'm glad this was said to Nos because I didn't hear any of that because I was watching Winston.
Nas will call up Jewel then to hoist these back to the restaurant.
Okay. Winston, you
You're not
have
even
your
gonna look at the
claws
special label.
dug in. Thank you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you give him a call, and he comes up. Jewel comes up, and he says, "Whoa, that's a lot of boxes here. You need to do anything before I take them?"
Nope.
All right. Probably gonna take me 2 trips because I'm kind of tiny. So, he picks up 2 of them and walks off and says, "I'll be back in like 10 minutes for the rest."
Take your time.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. And then he'll go up to Topaz.
Okay, so you go up to Topaz's room, and as you get there, you actually see Troy about to knock on her door.
Why?
Is he saying that too?
Yeah, I said it in voice. That's him.
Oh,
saying
okay,
it.
okay.
Why?
He looks a little nervous, and he just turns and says, "Oh, Nos, I was actually looking for you, but I couldn't find you, so I came to see Miss Topaz."
Why?
She told me that I should see you for some tickets to see her show tonight. Or sometime soon.
He will begrudgingly hand him a couple tickets.
He smiles, gives a bow. Libro floats up from where he was perched on a satchel on his back. He flies up and opens up and says, "Thank you," with the letter U instead of the word. And Troy just says, well, I guess there's no need to disturb Miss Topaz then. I'll see you all later. And he walks away looking a little dejected.
Tossed out.
Rip.
Rip indeed.
He gives the door to Topaz's room a couple knocks before entering.
She's probably, I'm gonna guess she's probably in there, like doing her hair or something. She's probably getting ready for later. But when he comes in, she'll be like, "Oh, who was that?"
Who was it?
What was he? An elf?
He's a tiefling.
Tiefling. The tiefling.
I mean, there's more than one tiefling at the casino. You're going to have to be more specific, Nos.
That tiefling. The one with the book.
Ah, Troy.
That one.
Well, what was he doing out there?
Apparently, he was told he could get tickets.
Oh, yes, I did tell him that. I hope that wasn't a problem for you.
Oh, you know it's a problem.
You personally.
What's the matter, Nos?
You know how I am. These people do nothing and yet ask for everything.
Oh, well, I'm sure he would have bought one if I hadn't asked him to tell you, or to ask you.
I'm unsure about that.
Hi.
She just kind of laughs at that, but she doesn't say anything. She'll she's probably like curling her hair or something or braiding it to get it under her wig.
He'll just kind of sigh, I had something that I wanted to say, but I forgot.
Something for this. Archer voice. Product placement.
Ooh.
McAllister's.
Also McAllister's. Winston, what?
Cat is really going off.
Well,
All right.
oh, I remember what he was gonna say.
Yes.
I have yet to see any actions from him to denote that I should trust him, so forgive me if I am suspicious.
She thinks about that for a moment and she says, so you think we shouldn't tell him about everything then?
No, I don't think we should tell anybody, frankly. If word got out that there is a precious relic underneath the city and that the city was built upon the holy ground, shit would get wild. As the kids say.
Does Topaz know about the built on holy ground part?
No.
Okay. So I think she kind of like stops what she's doing and kind of actually like looks back at him like, built on holy ground? What are you talking about?
This city was built on the holy Omurian ground.
Really?
Apparently it's recorded in the library, so I'm unsure why it isn't far more known.
Interesting. I suppose that does put a lot of things into perspective, doesn't it? She goes back to pinning her hair up. She'll say, what about Tulkas? You don't think he has any knowledge of that?
I'm sure he has some knowledge of it if he is aware that this place is underneath the city itself. And I suppose that would give Ivor a job.
Yes. Well, I'm just not sure, Nos. It doesn't seem like a good idea to keep pursuing this, but...
Who else would pursue it?
Yeah.
Tulkas can't go by himself. He'd just turn himself into another rock.
It's true.
It's true.
She says, well, that's really the only thing keeping me from bowing out completely, honestly.
You don't have to be a part of this.
Well, if you're going, I am.
You could contract a new assistant.
No, I couldn't. None of them would be as good as you.
That's true.
I have no intention of letting you go by yourself. I just worry that others involved might use this for their own personal gain. Cassie, like,
Interesting.
Interesting idea.
If I were there, I would say,
Oh, me? Couldn't be.
Couldn't be me.
Why, I'd never.
He nods. Regardless, I wouldn't want you to put your job at risk. So if there's any sign that this could go south, definitely please feel free to bow out.
I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Regardless, I will be your assistant.
She smiles at that. And I think after she's kind of got the last pin in her hair, she'll get up and say, well, no use worrying about it now. We can't go anywhere until Monday anyway.
Still, I will do my research. I'll keep in contact with Tulkas.
Yes,
And
hopefully I'll find something useful.
Yeah. Hopefully not get attacked.
Are you concerned that might happen?
Going in and out of the library, possibly.
Hmm.
However, I'm still not doing anything to reveal myself. Or at least I hope not.
Topaz thinks about it for a moment. She says, perhaps the casino might provide some security for you.
What reason would I give them? He's definitely thinking about this.
You could say you were out doing errands for me and you were attacked by the songbirds. They know the songbirds are an issue.
Yes, but the songbirds would have to have a reason.
You don't have to know what the reason is.
That's true.
I mean, perhaps they might investigate and learn more, but for the time being, the only thing you have to say is that your life is in danger. You don't need to know why.
I'll inquire about this.
Glad to hear it.
After the show, of course.
Yes, I imagine we need to get down there rather shortly.
Okay. Anything else for you?
I got nothing.
Okay. As you're preparing for the show, it appears that Kazri and Aver are going out to shop for some items. So,
Heck yeah, we're going shopping.
the two places that immediately come to mind are the pawn shop that you visited in our first stream.
We're way richer now.
You're way, way richer. But there's also...
We've won at least a couple of gross bets since then.
You've won a couple of gross bets. Okay. Now, there is Lorna's Magical Expo. You know from the advertisements that Lorna is an enchanter, and she also sells a manner of enchanted and high-end goods. However, you also know that she's pretty pricey, and she does buy things. She's basically the equivalent of like a high-end Las Vegas pawn shop. Like you got to be
like the Pawn Stars pawn shop.
Yeah, but like even fancier. She's not gonna buy your DVDs.
Okay.
But she will buy your diamonds.
All right, well let's go see her. What do you think, Gaver?
Right. Good starting place. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk through the nice part of town, like the main drag, and this is actually beside of the Umbrian restaurant. And you get out there and you see a ogre who is sitting beside of the door. He's about almost as tall as the first floor of the building, even sitting. You approach him to go in, and he just looks and says, "State your business."
Well, business. This is a place of business, right? We're here to buy some stuff.
It is, but we don't let anyone in. What do you want to buy?
Well, I'm kind of looking for some very specific magical items, for fighting thieves and bandits and undead and ghosts and I don't know. What other kind of stuff do you think, Aver? You got a laundry
I like
list?
the undead part.
Yeah, any of that stuff.
We might encounter that, so that's.
Why would you encounter undead in the city? Actually, I don't care. How much are you
prepared
looking
for
to
anything.
spend?
You don't want them.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Let's
this girl, this one right here, I like elbow Ava. I'm like, she just won. She just knocked out that guy at the casino the other day. I don't remember what his name was, but that guy seemed pretty big, and so she won a
Yeah.
bunch of money from that.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I crack my knuckles.
Yeah, exactly. She looks extremely, extremely dangerous. Okay, that was a bad one. That was a 10 and a, oh, it's getting worse, and a 7.
Okay, 10 plus a what?
A 10 and a 7.
Oh.
Those are my two rolls, and you
Okay.
said with advantage, so the 10 is the best one I got.
But that's
Can I
even
do
adding
like a
your modifier?
persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at Kazri and says, what about it then? And he looks at Ava, and you can make a persuasion check as well.
If you don't believe her, maybe you'll believe me. And I, like, do the crack knuckles thing, and I, like, flex my biceps a little bit. And
then I'm
is
like-
that a
Strong.
persuasion roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a standard one.
And then I give for good measure, like, and we're personal friends with Miss Topaz, and I'm pretty sure she probably shops here all the time.
Okay, now you can make it with advantage, Ellie.
Okay, good. Because that one was a nat one,
Ooh.
That was one of my two.
and that one was only a 5. God damn it!
We're having a hard time persuading this guy.
We be rolling, folks.
He leans in, looks at both of you, and says, we've had a lot of people come in lately who can't pay. Rest assured, if you can't pay, I will throw you out personally. And he moves aside the velvet rope, letting you in, but he's watching you very closely.
I give him
jingle
a
my-
finger gun and a wink, and I'm like, looking forward to it.
I jingle my gold bag, and I'm
Hmm.
like, that shouldn't be a problem. Thank you.
Cat gave me
And
a
I
vibe.
whisper to Cassidy, I'm like, I can't believe that worked.
But, like, we're really awesome, right? Also, we've totally battled a dragon. We didn't even tell him that part. I don't even think he would have believed us.
Probably not. Let's go look at some stuff.
Okay.
All right, tell us what our options are there, Val.
All right, so walking in, and I'm just going to preface this by saying you're probably going to see Winston jump up on my desk and fail and fall because he's done this a couple times,
Baby.
and he's very antsy right now. So
Winston,
Aw,
roll
I
an
love
athletics
him.
check.
natural one. He can't quite jump onto
Fail.
the standing desk yet, but he's probably going to try because that's just what he
Well,
does.
he needs to lose like 1 cat pound, and then maybe he can
Maybe-
get
maybe
a
2.
Actually, that would be
little
good.
cat treadmill, maybe.
Okay, you go in and you see what is right now an empty store with a human woman inside with long blonde hair down to her lower back, and she's wearing a blue mage's hat and blue robes, and she says, "Hi and welcome to Lorna's Magical Expo. What can I get you today?"
Are you Lorna?
I am Lorna,
I
and this is my expo of magic.
But you said the
good.
store's empty, right?
The store's empty. It's just her. I mean, it's empty of people. There's a lot of
Oh,
stuff in
there's
there,
Stuff
sorry.
around.
Okay,
I was
I
gonna
was
say,
like,
where's
yeah.
what's the expo part of this? All right. Well, can you give us an idea of some of the options in the cases as we're window shopping? Right
looking
now?
through. You see a lot of weapons. You do see some armors arrayed. The lighter armors are just on shelves, and there are some like fancier ones like plate armor and intricately decorated armors behind
Looking
the counter.
for like enchanted daggers.
Okay, are you telling her that?
Sure.
All right, well, here's the thing. I'm running a special on all +1 daggers, which is sort of like enchanter speak for saying they stab a little better. So
Yeah.
if you're interested in something like that, we can make a deal.
A deal,
Mhm.
eh? Aver, what are you looking for around here?
Maybe like some enchanted arrows, or like something that can help me like counter undead.
Ooh,
Something
enchanted
that's
arrows.
really
That's pretty
effective
cool.
against undead. Anything like that.
Okay,
Enchanted
well,
arrows sound pretty cool.
enchanted arrows come. We do have a special on the +1 enchanted arrows too, and the same for a longbow. As far as
I
something,
love sales.
with undead slaying properties, that could be arranged. I'm gonna need to go into the back. She looks out at the ogre and says, If he looks concerned, just yell for me and I'll come back. And she steps into the back.
Okay.
So what do you do while
I'm gonna
she's
keep
back
browsing around.
there? Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
also looking for, you know, like when you go to the store at like a roadside like gas station, and there's
Mhm.
like a gift store there, and they have like best friend forever like bracelets that are like kind of like braided, and they have like a stupid charm. I want to get 4 best friend forever bracelets. Do they sell anything
Aw.
like that?
So you go through
That
the...
also have some kind of cool property, like if you touch them, they all light up or something?
You do actually see that there are some things like that. There's a golden charm bracelet with some messages on it, and the messages vary. However, there's a big pile of lettered charms that are in front of these, and they're behind a glass case, but you can still see them. So the sign says custom charm bracelets.
Is there any that would allow us to communicate? Not like the rocks, not like a cell phone.
So
but
you
like-
actually see a list of enchantments, and there is a communication enchantment.
I feel like that might come in handy. What are some of the other enchantments?
So there's...
Can we all get hungry at the same time?
Oh, man, that would be so nice for friend groups.
Oh my
I want that. But that would also be probably annoying if one person got more hungry. Anyways, you see one that's like there's a protection charm, which a little voice of a DM whispers in your brain that says it gives you more armor.
Oh.
There's
But do we all have to be together like best friends in order for it to give us the armor?
you would probably not think so, but you'll have to ask Lorna. So there's one that also says that there's it has a resistance property, a custom resistance property, so you can choose what it resists to. And then there's the communication, and there's also a couple other miscellaneous ones like a light enchantment. There's a mage
Oh yeah,
hand
do you have them all
enchantment
be
too.
flashlights?
Did what?
You know, like when you're looking for your keys and it's like really late at night and you're trying to like fumble with the keys and like you just touch the stone and it's like a flashlight.
Oh,
you know?
so this thing actually casts the light spell upon your bracelet. So it's not just like a flashlight. It's like your entire bracelet shines with a supernatural light.
That sounds
Whoa.
awesome.
So that's the thing you can get.
Ever, which one of these do you think everybody would like the most?
Oh.
There's some really good ones in
I
here.
think Topaz would really like the flashy one that does the light thing.
The light one? Should we all get the light one?
I don't
We
know.
should
she
get the
just
same
seems like
one.
It's very
I mean, if we're gonna go underground, like maybe a flashlight's like a really good idea, you know?
yes, I agree.
Okay, how much are 4 of those?
She's not back, and there's no price. Nothing here has a price labeled on it. It's one of those
Alright,
stores.
well.
That's kind of an expensive place.
The
Alright.
price is assumed.
There's no sign on it. That must mean it's free.
It's free.
Oh my god, don't tell Kazri that.
Oh yeah,
Good
5-figure
idea.
discount. Ooh, that's right.
Fuck.
I hate to work in retail and hear these words.
No, or my dad like to say, if you gotta ask how much it is, you don't want to know.
Yeah, which is me every time I go to like a bar and I look at the drink menu. I'm like, there's no prices. That means these are $20.
That's right. Are there any good like waiters, like where I could wear in a sewer?
You do
You know?
find that there are some nice boots that come up to like your
Rubber
thighs,
pants.
and then some boots that come up.
Ooh, are they
yeah.
fancy? Are they stylish?
Oh yeah, they're like brown leather. They're very supple, but you also looking at them, they look waterproof too.
Thigh-high leather
Mm.
boots, fashionable and functional. My goodness, Lorna,
So Lorna comes back and she says,
I got so many questions.
I found one thing with a... Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. I found a couple things with undead enchantments. One of them's quite a bit nicer than the others, but I have some cheaper ones if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, well let's start with the first one that you mentioned. Let's
I've got a
see.
very, very fancy longsword that causes radiant damage if it strikes the undead. And she makes like a flourish.
Cool.
And then she even goes further. She's like... "Whew, whew." And we've
Wow,
also got that
that's nice.
enchantment to a weaker extent on our longbows, our short bows, our daggers, and shurikens.
Oh, when you say weaker, do you mean like it's not as much damage?
It doesn't. It's not quite as
guess-
damaging, but it is also a lot cheaper if your
Okay.
purse strings are light. And no
how
offense,
much
you don't
is the
exactly look
sword?
very rich. Oh,
Lorna,
the sword.
come on,
The
come
sword
on.
is
We are cool adventurers. We are so rich right now.
the long
How
sword.
much is that
Can't use
sword?
the long sword.
The long sword is 3,000
yeah.
gold.
Okay, there's your starting place.
Mhm.
It's not for
Uh,
me. I don't use that. That's
Mhm.
not for me. But you know, it's maybe for somebody else.
Yeah,
The
how much is the bow that you were talking about?
the lesser holy avenger longbow, I will sell
shit.
you for 500 gold.
All right. While you're thinking about that, how much are these charm bracelets in this cabinet over here?
Well, that depends on what enchantment you want and just how many
I want
charms
the
you
light,
want.
the light one, and we want 4.
You want 4 light enchantments.
Yeah.
Okay, these well, it depends on which charms you add, which precious gems you might add, and what
No
letters
precious
you
gems.
choose.
We just want the flashlight.
Okay, do you want any special lettering on them?
Maybe.
These are 25 gold apiece.
Oh, heck yeah. What are the special letters? How much is that?
I have tons of letters. If as long as you just use letters, it's only 25 gold, and you can use up to 15 letters.
Aw, yeah, we totally want 4 of those, and I'm gonna get one with T for Topaz, one with an E for Aver, and one for an N for Nos, and one for a C for Kazri.
Aw.
All right.
And none for the DM.
Oh.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Come to roll d20 once again. I rolled a 6. I'm sad. Okay, so she says, also, I've got a special offer. If you want to add a communicative property to where you can communicate with people who are on your, let's say, band network, that can be arranged for an extra 25 gold each.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good deal.
So that would be
But like,
200
what's the
gold.
communication like? Because I'm pretty sure that Nas already told me I'm not allowed to call Topaz all hours of the night. So he would
Well-
not let me give this to her if I had too much open connectivity, if you will.
What we would do is we would add a connectivity stone, and you would press one of them for whoever you wanted to talk to. And this can be shaped into really whatever you want it to look like. And you would press that down. Let's say you wanted to call your friend, she gestures at Aver. What's your name?
I'm Aver.
So, Eve or whatever, you just press the button, and then you can talk to her. Or if you want to talk to your friend, who's your other friend?
No. I'm not going to say it because Nas is never going to let me give it to her
So-
unless Nas didn't know.
Oh, well, if you want to talk to Nos, you just press the little button for
Secret
Nos, and then you can talk to Nos. So,
Can we add them later? Can we
There's
come back
also-
later and add it if we want it?
well, yeah, so the enchantments here are tied to the stones.
This is like the
So-
Pandora shop at the mall.
Yeah, pretty much. The piercing pagoda. So
You're
Get one,
going to open a
get one for my
Pandora's
mom
box
for
of
Mother's Day.
she's,
No, I think we're gonna take the baseline 4 light color stone, like light stones with the name, the letter, charms. We're gonna call it a day.
okay.
That sounds good.
So she explains though that the charm bracelets can hold a number of stones, and you can add up to 3 magical stones, giving them enchantments.
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
so-
Upgrade opportunities. So I'm also interested in these fabulous thigh-high boots that you have over here that also appear to be waterproof.
Sure, I can get with you right quick on that, but let me make these bracelets real quick. So you said you wanted which letters on them?
We need
there
a T,
A T,
E,
an E,
C, and
C.
N.
and an N. Okay, and she arrays those out. These are, she also says, well, I have gold and silver bands. Do you have a preference?
Topaz seems like a gold kind of girl. What do you think?
Yeah, she does.
All
She
right,
does.
gold for everybody.
Okay. So she makes the gold ones.
She's the fashionable one.
So she makes the gold bands, and each of them have the letter that you said, and then there's also, beside of that letter, there is a little button that looks like, it's a charm with a raised sun icon on it that is white.
And you just press that.
You press that and it casts
Ding.
light upon the bracelet, and it will become very bright.
And you can use it as a flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna use this for everything now. This is a great purchase.
So
Is it
that'll
waterproof?
be. Is it waterproof? Is magic waterproof? Yes, it's waterproof.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well, I don't know where we're gonna go next. I want to be able to wear it to the pool, you know?
Oh, sure, it'll be perfectly fine. So that'll be 100 gold, and I will complete that transaction, then we will move on to the next.
Okay, here you go. 100
Okay.
gold.
So, okay, so she gives you the 4 of those. All right, so the thigh-high boots. Oh, those are lovely. Those are... I don't have those enchanted right now, but I could make an enchantment. However, those are very, very nice. The supplier I got said that they were made... Something from a Rakshasa was used here. I don't really know how I feel about that.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, it's a humanoid tiger demon type thing. It's not something you want to meet in the woods. Or anywhere.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine. So, with that being said, they're quite expensive. Those are 200 gold for the boots without the enchantment.
Can I get them enchanted later?
You can get them enchanted later. I can
That
enchant almost
ransack,
anything you need.
An underground horde?
Ha! Of course. I guess.
All right, sweet. I'm going to get them. Those
Okay.
look sweet.
200
and I don't
gold
think I have
each.
any fancy boots.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to talk about that, though, Lorna, because, A, I feel like we just bought 4 bracelets. B, Aver here is about to buy some stuff. What do you think about 150 on the boots instead?
How about 175? And you can roll a persuasion check for that.
175 with a persuasion check. All right, let's see what we got here.
I can't afford this bow.
It's 11 plus 6, so for a 17.
She says, okay, I'll do 175.
All right, Aver, now you gotta hold up your end of the deal. Get some sweet undead stuff.
So she says, so the undead,
I put in those
slaying-
boots. Can I wear these out of the store, please?
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
just take the tags off and
Absolutely.
just let me
There's no
I'm, like, over
tags.
there,
I don't
like,
use tags.
struggling
Tags are so gauche.
to like get them on? Like, no, these fit. I know they fit. This would be totally fine.
They're
I've never
snug.
put
I'd
thigh-high
have a
boots
little
on before, but I can only imagine they're not very easy to put on.
They're pretty snug. Okay, so you put those on, and they're nice. They're very nice, and they feel like sturdy too. So she looks to Lorna looks to Aver and says, "Okay, so if you want that bow of undead slaying, we could do that. However, with the +1 weapons, I have a deal where +1 weapons are 250 gold each,
Okay.
and you will not find a better
Any-
deal than that anywhere."
And is that enchantable?
Well, no. So well, you could add an enchantment on later or now, but the +1, so that gives you +1 to hit and to attack damage. That is the enchantment it comes with.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I see.
So it is a magical weapon.
Okay. I see. And how much is a +1 bow? Oh, you said the
250 gold.
250.
Yeah.
Yes.
The daggers are a
okay.
bit cheaper, and the arrows are significantly cheaper because once you fire one, it's gone.
True. You know what? Let me hold a bow and see how it feels.
So she gives you a bow, and it is a dark brown lacquered wood longbow. And it has some golden etching along the... I can't remember what part of the bow is where you set the arrow. And you can see that it is like leaf etching. It looks elvish of me.
Ooh, I like this very much. I think I will do. I
It
will
looks
get this.
very good on you. However, I will throw in... So you're buying that. I'll throw in 20 +1 arrows.
Deal.
Okay,
Very
so-
good deal, Lorna.
What can I say? I am good at this. So she gives you the +1 longbow and 20 +1 arrows.
And I give her 250 gold.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I don't. I think this is.
Curiosity, do you have any
Pretty
old
good.
fancy old books that our buddy Nos might be interested in?
I don't know Nos, nor will I know what he's interested in, but there are some rare books back there.
I'll take a gander at it and see if I
Sure.
can commit to memory any of the titles back there to respond back.
I'll
Okay.
go with her back there.
I'll report back to Nos.
So you see, there's it's a very small stack. There's like 5 books on there. One of the books is clearly another Grok's Grumblers. It is not very thick, and on the front you notice a familiar scene. It says "Art by Ike."
Oh no! Amazing, an art book.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
it's art erotica.
An illustrated.
It's an
erotic-
illustrated
Oh my God.
erotica.
How much is this?
There's no tag on it. You see.
Okay, but can I hold it up and like?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that thing. Oh, the porn. That's actually that's a local thing. I don't know if it's in print anymore, but one of the artists up in Kiza made it. So it's a book. 1 gold.
1 gold, yeah,
$1
of course
yeah.
I'm going to take that, but I do want to see if perhaps you would be interested in purchasing something from me.
Well, I do make some purchases. What do you have for sale?
I'm going to slide out of my bag the special torture edition of the hot sauce
Oh, has it been opened?
that I created. It has, but it was used to torture real people, so I feel like that actually gives it more value.
Make a
As opposed to
persuasion
fake
check.
people.
Like actual torture.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
14.
You know, that really did you use the hot sauce to torture someone?
No, the actual artist Ike did.
Wait,
That's gotta be
the
worth
guy who
double
drew the
the
porn.
amount. The porn guy, yes. You should
all right,
recognize the
here's the deal.
label here and the
I'll
book.
give you 5 gold for it,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just give you 4 gold, and you can take the book.
5 gold and I'll take the book. It was your original offer.
Kind of want it, yeah. Okay, so she gives you 5 gold, and you
Perfect.
can have the book. So over
taking
there,
it.
there are some. There are a couple. There are 2 pretty short books. One of them is says "On the 5 Universities of the World." There's
Okay.
another one that says it is a brief history of Triskelion, the world you're on, which is it's talking about the 4 epics. So it's the time periods. There is one on the history of Halcyon Ventures, and there is one that is on the one that appears to be a cookbook.
Cookbook of what?
It's just a general cookbook of. So you see on the front is August Escoff, the head chef at the Golden Escape, and he is sitting
cookbook.
there behind the desk, and he just has one hand holding up a ladle, sorry, not a ladle, and another hand holding up a frying pan, and he's looking very serious like this.
All right, well, I'm going to pass on the rest of these, but I'm going to go ahead and slide that lovely porn book collection down into the bag to replace the space that the hot sauce bottle was taking up before.
Okay, you have 1 porn
And
book.
I think my business is done here. And as a tip of the hat, my lady, Lorna, thank you so much. And as I walk out the door, I'm going to give my sweet new thigh-high boots a slap at the ogre and be like, yeah, we paid every cent and we sold something. So if you want something extra special, you can go see Lorna in there for a good deal.
As you're leaving, Lorna calls to Casper. He's like, "And did you want to take advantage of these weapon prices? Because it's only for the week."
No, maybe we'll come back later. I'm pretty happy with my boots right now.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, you look lovely in them,
And
so
my
I hope
best
you have.
friend forever charms. I'm gonna put mine
Aw.
on right now, and I put Aver's on it.
Oh, I want the mine,
Aver.
yeah.
Casper's so cute. Oh
Let's
my God.
let's turn them on. Let's turn them on. Let's just walk
So
around.
Power of
Like
friendship.
light stuff.
when you press the lights, okay, there are 3 modes to it. So first one shines out a light in front of you, so it's like you're
Okay.
shooting out a light like you're
Laser
almost
blast.
like Spider-Man, but on top of your wrist, so it's just forward.
Okay.
There's another one where it's blinking, where it appears to be some sort of an emergency light. Then if you
Rave
press it one
mode.
more time, it just goes bright everywhere, and it's just like an area of effect light mode. And then you press it 4 times, it turns off. You can also press it and hold it, and it turns off entirely without skipping the annoying. While it skips the annoying modes.
Okay, well, that is awesome, and I'm really satisfied with my purchase, and we can totally use this at the bar later.
please do tell people to come in and tell them not to be too intimidated by the ogre outside. I just need to make sure I have paying customers and not people who are coming in, browsing, and hoping to whittle me down for, like, you know, to sell them a longsword at 2 gold. It happens.
Oh, this
Everyone
guy,
is terrible.
he didn't scare us for a second. He's a big pushover.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're not scared of things that could absolutely kill you.
We've seen worse.
I say that as I nervously. Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Have a great day. Okay, so
All right.
you have left. What are you doing now?
We gotta go take the bracelets off to Nos and,
Yeah.
and Topaz, obviously.
Okay, so I'm saying
I
it's
can't
about like
remember.
2 p.m. right now. So you're going to where are you going specifically? To like their
Let's go to Topaz's swanky apartment. She totally probably has some bottles of wine there we can just drink.
Oh my god.
Are you in there, Topaz?
What time is her actual show at?
Um,
Like 8 or
you're-
something?
I am. Let me look it up because we did establish that, but I want to say it's like
Yeah.
10.
Oh, even
um,
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
Okay.
you do something like you do like 10 to 12 or something.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Then yeah, she'll still be in
What-
there. It's too early to be getting ready for or like at the stage yet.
So we're
I'll,
gonna knock super excitedly, talking on the hallway. You just hear this commotion.
I assume Nos is there with her at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds so excited.
Yeah, I think she'll just let him answer the door. She's probably busy. She's making sure
Printing.
her hair's all up and everything.
Okay, he'll enter the door.
Nice! Guess what? We went shopping, and we're just gonna
He'll close
barge
the door.
in. No.
Sorry. Let
No.
me interrupt real quick. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's the show
Okay,
time. I
thank
just
you.
looked it up. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, what time is it now?
It's 2:30.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she'd go down there until probably like 5 or so.
Nost? Please
Nos,
let
come
us
on,
in.
we got
bought-
something really
Hurry.
cool.
Are we gonna have like a fight for the door?
Okay,
No,
so
I'll respect your closed door, but I will whine at it.
if you are pushing on the door, we will make a contested athletics check.
No, I'm gonna make a verbal contestation, which is whining outside the door. Nice, come on, we got really cool stuff. Let us in.
So bad.
Knock, knock, knock.
We
knock,
have
knock.
cool things to
Little
give to
soft
Topaz.
knocks
It
on
can't
it.
hurt to let them in.
It hurts me. And he'll open the door.
Okay, Nos, guess what? We got some really awesome stuff. Now we get to barge in with all of our stuff. I've got my old dirty boots hanging on the shoestrings on one hand, and got the awesome new bow that she's got, and I've got my new fancy boots, and I walk in with my new fancy tall boots, and I like come in and I'm like, give it a pose, and I'm like, check these things out. These are perfect for going down in sewers.
It really is Sweet Life, the D&D campaign.
Oh my
What makes you think
God.
we're going into the sewers?
I don't know. Under the city, what more can there be but poop and dirt? So this is
You'll
gonna be
never
perfect
know.
for that.
We're just being practical. We know you're a practical guy.
Practical. Avery is exactly right. We were being very practical.
Uh-huh.
I think at
I'm
that
very
point,
proud of
Topaz-
Tazri for being practical.
And I'm yelling, Topaz, where are you?
She's coming out. She's probably got her like robe on, and her hair is like pinned up on her head.
Oh,
and
you'll look
she'll-
lovely.
She kind of like gives Ava a little nod at that, and she says, "Oh, I see you did go shopping."
We sure did. Check this out. And I'm like, Avery, okay, you ready? We're going to turn it on at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Power of friendship.
Check this out. We got friendship bracelets for everybody.
Nice.
And I
Wait,
hand
for-
Nos's, and I hand Topaz's, and it's like all have our initials on it, and they are flashlights, which I think is going to be really good for going underground.
She kind of looks at it and she's like, "Oh, how sweet." She's not really like moving to put it on, but she is.
Come on,
looking at
put it on, come on. I want to see them all on so we can all have best friend forever powers.
Do they only work when we're all wearing them? You turned them on already, didn't you?
Probably, but it's a moment, you know? Like, we're friends now. I'm trying to be friends. Take your bracelet, put it on right now.
Okay, all right, calm down. She'll put it on. And she'll
Nice.
kind of look at the little charms on it.
Let's put yours. You gotta do it.
He's like holding it in between his two little fingers.
Come on, we're gonna all turn them on at the same time. You're gonna be so thankful for this sometime when you lost your keys at the bottom of that giant, vast, empty bag of holding that you're gonna be so happy you have a flashlight in there to like dig around.
You know I can see in the dark, right?
Plus, instead of thinking about how annoyed you are, think about how much we appreciate you.
Yeah, friends
because we got
forever.
you. For everyone.
I spent
We
my
wanted
own
you to
money
have
on
one.
this. And
Your
probably
own money.
a little
He's
bit
actually
of...
interested in this.
Yeah.
I spent my own money, and
She
some
really
of it
did,
may
I
have
was there.
come from that guy that we saved in the cave. But only a little bit.
I think you gave all that back.
All but
I
like
gave
a few
almost
more.
all of it back.
Yeah.
Fine, and he puts it on.
Yay! We're all friends forever! Okay, check out my cool boots. Show off the boots. Check out Aver's cool, like, bow. Check
I
that
think
out.
once Kazuri starts getting into all the other stuff, she's like, why don't we all come out of the doorway a little bit? And she'll kind of lead them into, like, the living room where they can, like, sit on the couch and stuff.
Very practical. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. But yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff. And this bow has got a cool enchantment on it for undead people because Aver's a total undead badass. I mean, killing them, that is. And so
Yeah.
if we run into any of them underground, kick their butts.
It does suit you. I like the decoration.
Thank
Well-
you. It's like an elvish design on the little not hilt. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I can't remember the word. But I'm sure Aver knows the word.
Thing.
On the little thing here. I love it.
Now that is very practical. And he'll relay the information that he got this morning.
Ooh,
About it being a holy site or whatever.
Yeah.
holy burial ground. That does seem very practical.
Mhm.
Maybe we will see some undead people.
Well, then
And
your
some
expertise will
sewers.
come quite in handy, won't it, Aver?
It certainly will.
Also, guys, best part, and I pull out the porn book. Check this
I
out.
don't
It
know
was
if I would say
on
best.
sale at the store. It's Ike's art.
Yeah,
Look
just
at all these
kinda,
different
like,
poses
squint
that
at
I'm
it.
flipping through.
My, that's quite the purchase you've made.
I traded him the torture hot sauce for this thing, and I feel like it was worth it, because this is like all kinds of different pictures. Look at all of these different pictures.
And he drew all of that.
He sure did. He's a man of many talents, I could tell.
When you hold up the book, you see that the illustration on the front is it is a self-portrait of Ike, and he is lounging back nude. And the title, that is clearly something that Grok wrote, just says, "Sex Good."
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I bet it was a
Ladies and
typo.
gentlemen.
Sex good.
It may have been,
Anyway.
should have been Sex God. Who knows?
Exactly. So I'll file that
Maybe
back
it
in. Nos, in case you're interested, they did have a couple other books. One is just a history of the island, and the other is a history of the Halcyon Venture Company. And then one's a cookbook, in case you're looking for a really good recipe for steak or something. But they were running a sale on enchanted items, so if you guys do want anything, Lorna did us right. She had some good stuff in there, and fashionable stuff. No more chipmunk earmuffs, even though I am keeping those for sure.
I thought you loved those.
I do love them, but they're not very practical for a sewer. I don't feel like.
Yes, I imagine they'd get quite
But when we
wet.
go back up north, they're coming back.
Fair.
What were you gonna say? was?
Oh, he was just gonna say something like, you went to Lorna, I see.
Oh, okay.
She was fantastic. Good, excellent shopping experience. 5-star review.
Well, it might not hurt to pay her a visit before we leave.
Well, what? It's like 2:30 now. What do you guys want to do the rest of the day? Can I start rifling, like, kind of looking casually around for a little wet bar around in the room? Just kind of
in the living room,
casually.
there's no indication of that, but there's a pathway off of the living room that will lead to the kitchen if she starts walking around.
You know, casually, just checking out the place. Nice place you got here, Topaz.
It's lovely.
Feeling pretty thirsty. Could go for a drink, but whatever you got laying around would be great.
It's very luxurious.
She'll get up and she'll go get some wine out of the kitchen. Gasser says that. She is giving them her cheapest bottle, though.
Trust me, Casby will not notice whatsoever. This is probably the best wine she's had in like a month.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's still a nice wine, even if it's not like fancy. But yeah, she'll pour everybody some wine, except Nos, I guess. Does Nos ever drink wine?
Nos does not drink.
Okay, yeah. So she'll pour 3 glasses of wine and pass them out.
So what's the plan here? I mean, obviously you have some shows to do this weekend, but we gear up and we just venture off into the underground, I guess.
Well, Nos was doing some research on what could be down there before we leave, I think.
Unfortunately, I haven't found much since then, but Tulkas might know, as he's going to be our guide.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably have a team meeting or something at some point, just figure out what the game plan is here. Also, what's up with the tiefling and that other lady? Like, should we talk to them about this? Or, nah? Because I feel like maybe they might be useful.
I thought that you were going to investigate whether or not we ought to talk to
Yes, you were going to talk to Ceres, if I remember.
Yeah, Ceres, I haven't seen her yet today, but we have been shopping all afternoon, so maybe this evening I may bump into her. And I thought you were supposed to go out with the tiefling.
Well, there hasn't really been time for that quite yet.
All right, well, then we got all weekend to get some good information out of them. One thing I did want to mention, though, is that last night I went to that awesome bar that you guys really did not like, but I really did. And, I thought maybe I'd get another brown water ale. So delicious the first time. And had a conversation with the bartender there. Turns out we can get some jobs on behalf of the Songbirds, if we're interested. I kind of turned to Aver, and I'm like, you down for some hijinks this evening?
On behalf of the Songbirds.
Get some intel, figure out what's up, do some petty crime,
Aren't you worried they'll recognize you?
Nah, I'm pretty good at disguises by now.
What about you,
Well,
Aver?
I don't know that I'm good at disguises.
Well, that's the great thing about being a stranger to this city, is that everything that you wear is a disguise. At the very least, we can see if they know anything about our activity, because if they know we're going down there and they're planning on picking us back up once we're vulnerable underground, that's not going to be good.
There is a knock at the door.
Nos will answer it.
Okay, going over there, you see Jewel, the halfling attendant, and he is holding up a letter. He says, "Oh, Nos, there you are. I was looking for you and couldn't find you earlier. I moved the rest of those boxes, by the way. Mr. Escoff loves the hot sauce, absolutely loves it, and I think he likes the labels more. But you did good. He was singing your praises. It was nice. Anyways, I have a letter for you." And he hands you a letter.
Thank you.
This is like The Bachelor.
Those are
Who's going on the
roses.
date tonight?
Those are roses.
No, it's like a date card. Ooh.
Oh, I hate the date cards.
Jewel bows and says, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
No, that's it. Thank you,
All
Jewel.
right.
Hey,
And
Jewel,
he
can you
walks
get
away.
some French fries for the kitchen?
No.
Kazri yells.
He hears that and he says, "That doesn't sound like Miss Topaz. Should I get the French fries or not?"
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. All right. See you later. And he walks away.
And he'll close the door and hold the letter up to everybody as he enters before he opens it.
Okay. You open it up, and the letter is written in what looks like a ransom note that has been collaged together from letters cut out of various books and publications. And it says, "Nos, we know you have the tablet. We would like to buy it. Meet me anytime this weekend at the Brownwater Inn. Signed, Big."
Huh.
Like what?
Signed from someone named Big.
With 2 G's.
Criminal
1G.
activity.
1G.
Aw.
Criminal activity at the Brownwater Inn, eh? Seeming pretty interesting now, isn't it?
Is Nos reading this off to them, or?
He did. And then he just crumpled it up and threw it over.
Couple it up.
Uh,
Aren't you a little nervous about this?
Yeah, Topaz
Why?
would say, yes, perhaps you really ought to look into that security we were talking about earlier.
I will.
What if I went as a representative from NOS? We made one copy of it already. Couldn't we make another?
We shouldn't have too many copies floating around.
I know, but as long as we know where the real one is, which is on you, I'm just kind of curious as to who these people are. And this is, I mean, I gotta say, this is kind of my wheelhouse. I am kind of a dirty rogue at the end of the day, so kind of my job.
Don't mean to
right?
brag, but I'm filthy.
This is just what my job
I
is.
deprecated, Kasri. I wouldn't call you a dirty rogue.
Yes, I'm a very clean and sophisticated dirty rogue. Bad eyelashes.
Well, if they know that I hold the tablet, they would also know that I have no representatives to speak of.
Suppose that's true.
That's a good point.
But Topaz could have an army of servants, though. And, of course, if they know that the tablet's connected to you, and you're connected to Topaz, and Topaz is in danger, what if something even happens at her show tonight, or tomorrow night, or the night after? Ooh.
I mean, there is security at the shows, right?
There is security, but it's not a ton of security.
You'll never know.
The town guard keeps generally keeps the main drag under pretty good lock. Some of the alleyways and the less reputable neighborhoods are not patrolled very much, but the main area around the casino is pretty safe.
Well, the letter did say that he had all weekend to come to the inn. So
We can
I would
mull it
imagine
over
they
for a
wouldn't
couple
do
of days.
anything rash until after the weekend is over.
Well, what if we did this? What if Kasri and I just were very casually mingling as part of the audience and see if we see any shady characters come to check out the show tonight?
You
And of
also
course, if you-
yourself.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're good shady though. We're shady on your behalf, all
You
right?
said Kasri and I.
Oh, I meant Aver and I.
It's okay. The cumulative alcohol drinking.
The cumulative.
Technically.
Okay.
No, I meant
Okay.
Aver and I. Aver and I
got her.
could scout out the audience and see if we could see anything sketchy, and we can guard the stage too. Obviously, we are very good fighters in case any danger comes about.
And I just got the fancy new bow
And she just got a sweet new bow.
and some fancy.
What do you say?
arrows.
Extra security detail tonight? We'll see if we can scout anything out.
Well, I don't see a problem with it.
I see a huge problem with it. I don't want to burn the whole damn theater down.
Just see a huge problem with a lot of things.
burning. We're gonna keep it low pro. We'll even wear dresses.
They
What?
wouldn't attack in the theater. It's too public.
They may not attack, but they definitely may come and just scout things out.
Then that's fine. They don't know
Or-
where I'm keeping the
What about
tablet.
backstage?
Or we can go down to the Brownwater Inn and see if we can get some more information out of the bartender there. And by
Since
we, I mean I.
Yes. If you could perhaps scout out Big and see what he's up to.
I think that seems like a pretty reasonable plan. Just go down and see what information I can get. And we'll do it during the show, so then we'll know exactly where he is, maybe.
Topaz will say, Nos, don't you think you
Yeah.
maybe ought to hide that tablet somewhere?
It's already hidden.
Is it hidden somewhere where they won't be able to find it?
He pats the bag.
Alright, well, about as good as it gets as far as hiding places go.
All right, well, then I think that's the plan. I'll go scout out the Brownwater Inn and see if I can find any information about Big. How did the message get to Jewel in the first place? Is there a central receiving place there, or was the message delivered directly to him?
Nos, you would know that all the messages go through the front desk, so it was probably Tulsi that sent it to Jewel.
Yeah, he'll relay that.
Maybe you can ask Tulsi and see if they recognize the person that delivered the message.
Well, I imagine that whoever delivered it wasn't big,
No, probably not.
but it might be a lead.
All right.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, I think that's what we got to do then.
Sounds like a plan.
Aver, what are you going to do? You going to stay and do security detail on the show just in case? You should. I really do think we should scout out the audience, though. If anybody's going to be creepy, looking around, looking out of place, I feel like that would be the place to do it.
Do I have to wear a dress?
Mm,
You
I don't
could.
know. You look pretty cute in a dress last time I saw you in one, so that's
Oh.
your choice.
Well, thank you. All right, I suppose.
She'll say, or Topaz will say, well, I don't know that I have any that would fit you, but you're welcome to have a look and see if you'd like.
Fancy dresses.
Okay. Is Topaz like tall-ish or no?
She's kind of short. I think I put her at about like 5'3", 5'4".
Oh, 'cause
But
I'm,
she
like,
does wear.
You get a
She does
11.
have some dresses that are like longer, like they trail on the floor. So
Oh, so that would be like
Yeah.
floor length for me. Okay.
yeah, maybe.
fashion show. Fashion show.
Ooh, okay.
Fashion show.
Roll a d20 to see if you get an exciting dress out of Topaz's closet.
Fashion
Okay.
show. Fashion show.
All right, so first of all, I want you to roll
for fashion sense.
I want you to roll an investigation check. And then I want you to, once you try it on, I want you to roll for work.
Oh my god.
Ooh, work it.
W-E-R-K?
Yes,
Mhm.
the very
Okay.
same.
That's a 19 investigation.
Okay,
Ooh,
you
we're
find
getting a good one.
Topaz. Do you want to tell her what she finds? Or
Ooh,
should I?
yes.
Let's see. She will find it's like a mermaid style dress, so it's like kind of fitted, but then the bottom kind of goes out into a big
Oh,
like
yeah.
pleated chiffon thing. Yeah, and it's like a kind of cream color, but it's got sparkly sequins all over it,
Ooh.
except on the
Oh, it's
skirt at the
matching my
bottom.
hair.
Yeah.
Okay. And roll work, W-E-R-K. Do I
Mhm.
add any modifiers to that or just a straight D20?
Add your dexterity modifier. Actually,
Oh, okay.
add your dexterity and your
Ooh,
charisma modifier. I feel like
Oh, okay,
work takes both.
Ooh.
Well, my charisma's 0, so
Okay.
just
It's
dex.
a 10 in my book, girl.
Only rolled an 11 for work.
With a modifier?
I'm trying.
Topaz, do you want
Yeah,
to give her
with the
some
modifier.
advice on work?
How do I do
Sure.
it?
She'll say, all right, now she'll reach over and kind of like move her to pose in like a kind of sassy like.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect.
Kazri's on the couch just like having a great time, drinking the wine from Topaz's mini bar, just having the time of her life watching this amazing lesson go down.
This dress is so pretty, but this feels really weird.
You look beautiful. Now do like a walk. Do like a catwalk. Do like a walk.
Okay.
It's all
I'll
in the
do, like, a
hips.
catwalk.
Make sure
Okay.
when you're walking, you put your foot right in front of the other one, so it's directly in front like that.
All right, you're getting help, so roll for work with advantage.
Okay. So Dex mod. Okay. The advantage. Thank God. Okay, that was a 16 that time.
There you go.
That's better.
That's
Okay.
some work.
Yeah, you're feeling it's work.
Okay.
I give her a little
Little
whistle.
swirl.
Like, woo woo!
Oh.
You look
Topaz
amazing.
will do a little golf clap.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm almost sad that I have to dress up like a skeezy person to go out tonight. I almost wish that I would be dressing up in these beautiful dresses, but being skeezy is also kind of fun.
Maybe next time.
Avery, you look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Just make sure not to spill anything on it. It's dry clean only.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's like a rent the runway situation where you gotta pay all the deposit down ahead of time.
You hear a knock at the door.
Not
God, this
so,
place is hopping.
not so answer.
And do you look through the peephole before you answer, or do you just answer?
Of course.
Okay. What you see is the peephole occasionally being covered up like this.
Mm.
Like I've been doing with my camera.
Behind it.
And when after that happens, you see
Ah,
Oh, it's
Libro.
is the hallway in like direct contact with the living room? Like, can I see Topaz from the door?
you can see Topaz. Yeah.
Okay. He'll just look back at her.
well, she doesn't know who it is, so she just kind of looks back like, well, who is it?
He'll make like he'll hold his hands up and do like a book folding motion.
Libro, you can
We
let
and then,
love
like,
Libro.
horns. Okay.
Does what?
He does like the horns thing,
Oh.
but
We do love Libro.
Well, Troy's not
No.
with him, right? Or is he?
There's no sign of Troy outside.
Well,
Uh,
either way, Topaz is fine with it. So
okay. He'll groan and open it.
Libro best boy.
Libro waves his leaves at you and then floats in, goes up to Topaz, and opens his pages a bit, and you just get a projection of, I'm bored. Hi.
Libro, we're doing a fashion show. What do you think of Aver's dress? Which is actually Topaz's
I
dress.
go back into my pose.
You get a ... and it just says work. WORK.
Oh, thanks.
That's right.
And then he edits it to put an E in. And clarifies,
Topaz will-
I read this in a fashion magazine somewhere.
That's right.
Topaz will say, "Would you like to try something on, Libro?"
Libro
That's
just has a
book
series of question marks appear in different altitudes above, and then just says, why not?
She'll get him like a little hair clip or something of hers, like probably maybe like a golden clip with like a little gem and like a ribbon on it or something, and she'll just set it on top of it.
Oh,
So
Libro,
cute.
you're so good.
Yeah.
It
Like, clip to the
it
front
flies
cover.
around and gives like a little pose. It's just like, and
Aw.
does Libro see a mirror nearby?
Yeah, there's probably
Okay.
quite a few mirrors in this suite. So
It poses in front of the mirror and does like a little air pirouette.
Aw.
Then you just see an exclamation mark appear above its head, Metal Gear style, like, "Merk." And he flips around, opens his covers, and out of the little like void dust cover pocket pops a rose and says, "This is from Troy."
oh,
All the ladies just. Oh my goodness! I'm sure this is just destroying Nos, though.
He's very disgusted.
Aw.
Topaz will gracefully accept the rose and she'll say, "Tell him I say thank you."
Of course.
Okay, Libro, tell us the truth. Does Troy got something for Topaz?
What is something?
You you know,
Oh,
give
We
Libra
have,
the
like, a
eye
thing
wink.
for her.
you see in quotation marks.
You got a crush on her?
You see in quotation marks, maybe.
I think
Oh,
while they're having this conversation, Topaz is finding like a vase to put this rose in.
that's adorable.
Do you have your book from Grok out?
Uh,
I think I put it back away already.
Okay, nothing happens.
oh,
Put it back away already.
dang.
I'll be happy to show it to him later, though, because I know he's a purveyor of the fine arts, such as myself.
He likes words.
Libro, out of curiosity, what's the best way to get a hold of Saris?
You see a response after a brief pause and says, I can find her.
What's she up to tonight?
I think she's just in her room.
I do
She
have
had a
business.
rough night last night.
What was she up to?
You see a it's like a neon LED sign of a beer bottle being poured into a glass.
Amazing. She's just my kind of girl. All right. Well, I'll have to. Can you deliver a message to her for me?
Certainly.
Okay. I'm gonna say, let's meet up at the pool tomorrow afternoon, with a little heart sign, and Kazri.
Okay. Did you write that down?
No, I just told him.
Okay. He says, I'll deliver it right now. And
Well, it doesn't have to be right now. You can hang out.
oh, okay. He was already going to the balcony to open the door, but he stops.
No. How does the book open a door exactly?
He was gonna be like this. He's
You
just gonna be like a sliding door.
It's a very strong book.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I
Worked
feel like
out.
we all have our jobs for this evening. Libra, what are you gonna do this tonight? Are you gonna go watch Topaz's show?
Topaz looks to Libro.
He says, should I?
Well, I thought Troy
Oh,
was
yes.
going.
Do I need a ticket?
Well, you're kind of a magic book. Do you really take up a seat? You're kind of like a baby on an airplane, right?
You can just like
You-
write yourself a ticket.
If a book could have the
Fantasy airplane.
the fillery decoration on the front of Libro just seems to sink a little bit at that.
Oh, well, I mean, not to say that you're not your own, person, but you don't take up a seat, right?
He goes and sits in one of the chairs by himself.
Topaz will turn to Nos and say, well, did you give Troy more than one ticket?
I gave him 2.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right.
You see the smiley face appear above the book, and then he
Aw.
says, I'm going to go find Ceres now.
Thank
Okay,
you very
have
much,
fun.
Libro.
He goes over and he opens the sliding door to the balcony and flies out of it, and you see him lower down.
He's having a little too much fun with that, I think.
Just fly off the balcony, no problem. All right, well,
Did he take that hair clip with him?
Oh, he did, yes.
Okay. That's fine.
all right, well, gents, this
Maybe
has
we'll
been
see
lovely, but I'm gonna go back to my room, and by that I mean Aver's room, and I'm gonna go and
Yeah.
prepare some poisons and just general getting ready, get my method acting on, and I'm gonna go find out who Big is.
Good luck.
Okay, so
Who needs
as
luck
well.
when you're this good? And she says with a flourish and closes the door behind her.
And thank you. Well, I'll go with you, but I'll be like, and thank you for the dress. I promise I will bring it back, unlike the hair clip thing. We'll see if that comes back or not. But good luck tonight,
Thank
and
you.
I'll go. Or wait, what did they say here? Break a leg? Yes, that. Okay,
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
okay.
We'll wave as they leave.
So as the night's going on, Topaz has her show, and Nos will be assisting with that. Kazri's going to go to the Brownwater Inn, and Aver, you're going to work security?
Yeah.
Okay,
Casually.
so... Casually. All right, so... Blah, 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 blah.
Fashionable
Time
security.
skip to 8 p.m. The show is about to go on. We are going to go to Kazri first. You are making your way to the Brownwater Inn around now, correct?
Yeah, I've changed my armor to be far more rogue, shadowy, obscure my face, like fully decked out, not in a way that you would be able to sort of tell who I was. With my fancy magic armor that lets me change my clothes to whatever I want.
Okay. You go inside and you see that the tavern's fairly hopping tonight. It's about like, I don't know, 70% or so full. And the bartender waves at you and recognizing you from the last night, and he just says, "Hey there, how's it going? Did you come back for conversation or drinks or both?"
I think a little of both. I'll have one of your famous brown water ales, please.
All right. And he turns around and takes a kind of dirty-looking glass tankard and fills it up with the rather thick sludge-like beer.
Just like I like it.
Yeah,
can I do a general look around the room and see if there's anybody that I recognize or anybody that stands out?
You can. Roll a if you're looking for something specific, roll an investigation check. If you're just trying to see if anything catches your eye, roll a perception check.
I'm just trying to see if anything catches my eye.
Perception, then.
It is a 15.
Okay. There are a few tables where groups are together. There are 2 tables where there are only one. There's only one person sitting down. You see at one table there's a halfling dressed to the nines in a suit. At another table you see that there is a very large half orc in like a muscle shirt with suspenders down to some pretty nice trousers.
And people who are well dressed appear to be a little out of place in this space, right?
It's not that uncommon, but it's because it's Islas. It's near the Golden Escape, and people just dress fancy sometimes. But it's not the norm. But it's not.
Is there anybody sitting next to me?
There's no one next to you right now. So there is. You're sitting at your stool. There's a stool to your left and right that are empty, and then there's people on the other sides of those.
Okay. Did I catch the bartender's name last time I was in?
His name is Terry.
Oh, Terry Crew. Terry, so anything interesting going on this evening?
Oh, it's another day in paradise. People coming into the Brownwater Inn. I've only had to break up one fight. It's a pretty fine day. I wouldn't say anything super interesting, though.
How long have you tended bar here, Terry?
Oh, Terry's been here about, let's say, 10 years or so.
So it seems like you've kind of seen the comings and goings for a while then.
I guess you could say that.
Have there been some notable names that I should be aware of as somebody coming kind of new into the scene here?
Oh, well, here's the thing. Terry doesn't talk about names too much.
Makes sense.
Bad for Terry's business.
Right. But, I mean, most people have pseudonym names, right? So it's not exactly their real names.
And you will learn them when you learn them.
Fair enough. All right, I'm going to sit and quietly drink for a little while.
Okay.
It's kind of take in the space.
All right, so if you're drinking beers, they're 1 silver each.
No problem.
Okay.
1 silver.
Which is actually,
and an
it's pretty expensive for a beer.
No problem. I'm actually going to put a gold down for the 2 beers that I've had and just a little extra. Terry and I are friends now.
Yeah. Terry just says, you know what, you can drink 1 gold, you can drink beer the rest of the night.
No problem. Though, it's really not beer I'm super interested in.
Yeah, what are you
I do remember our conversation the other night. I was kind of curious about if I could ask you some questions.
Sure. What
out of
would
a
you like to ask
more
me?
personal nature.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in my also similar comings and goings here, I've come across a name that seems to be kind of interesting. The name Big. Ring any bells to you?
Well, that depends. you talking about, well, you know, Terry knows that name, but that's not a name you should ask Terry about.
How about the people that work for that name?
Well, that would be the Songbirds.
Certainly, but that's what we knew we were talking about to begin with.
That is what we knew we were talking about to begin with.
All right. Well, are there any jobs that you can point out that would potentially cross paths with Mr. Big here?
There are. However, I was informed as of late last night, you have been blacklisted.
Me
and
specifically?
The Songbirds will not work with you. Yes.
I just got here. How the heck does anybody know who I am?
Well, they do, and they informed me last night, shortly after you left. So I'm afraid I cannot offer work to you.
Can you tell me the name that they said?
Make a persuasion check.
$14 plus 6, 20.
I believe you already know the name.
My own name? I'm looking for the name of which they would know me by, because I've been wearing a disguise this whole time.
I was told that you, and I honestly was not told a name. I was told your description. After you left, a person approached me, told me that the person I was just talking to is not to be trusted with songbird activities.
Can you point me towards that person?
You feel a tap at your lower back.
Casually turning around and taking a look.
There's a halfling behind you, the one who was dressed just to the nines, wearing a suit and a tie. He says, he looks up at Terry, he says, I'll take it from here. And he comes and just kind of scampers up onto the stool beside of you. The people who were beside of you, a stool apart, all of them move and they leave. Terry says, I understand. And he walks to the other side of the bar and begins washing some tankards.
All right, well, I'm going to put both hands on my drink and kind of take a sip and say, and what do I owe the pleasure? And reach out my hand.
He doesn't take it. I got reports you're running around with some people we're interested in, so... also, saw and heard that you were trying to get some work with the Songbirds. Well, that's not gonna happen.
Well, I mean, every girl's got to earn some money around here, right?
Sure, but it's not gonna be with us. So, here's what I want to know. The singer and her little tiny assistant. Well, and he thinks for a second. He's like, well, I guess tiny to you. What are you doing with them?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Topaz?
Oh, you mean that super famous singer?
Yeah, I got reports you were with her in Kiza.
Man, that sounds awesome. She's pretty incredible, and I would be honored to meet her, but take a look. Do I really look like somebody who's hanging out with a famous singer?
Make a deception check.
Deception, where are you? I wish I could find you.
Deception, deceiving
There you
people,
are.
lying to my friends.
Ooh, I got really good deception. I got 23. I got
Okay.
+9 to deception.
Ooh.
You can see that he's accepting this, but he doesn't seem like he's believing it. I trust my agents, but here's the thing. I got no beef with you. Do you know who I am?
I can't say that I do, but judging by how snappy you're dressed, you certainly must be a man of taste, she says, questioning.
He does actually snap his suspenders. You could say that. So, your little buddy, I think I've heard his name's, Nos? No, something like that. Anyways, hangs out with Topaz. Here's the deal. Whether you know him, whether you don't, that's of no concern to me. He's got something that I want, and I'm willing to pay most handsomely for it.
Seems pretty cool. Wouldn't be nice if you had somebody who could steal it from him instead?
That sure would be nice. And what do you want with the songbirds?
Let's just say I'm looking for jobs. You know, I'm new in town. Well, I've been here about 6 months or so, but you know, all of the good thieving around here, it's petty. You know, I'm really looking in on the real jobs, the real money. Well, and I know that the songbirds are the ones that are running this.
He moves a hand up to your lips and shushes you, and he says, "Well, you found the real jobs." And I'll tell you what we didn't find in your house last night. This tablet we're looking for.
Can't say I know what you're talking about, but I could know what you're talking about if you could tell me a little bit more. So
it wasn't your house that got raided last night?
No, my house was absolutely broken into last night, and I really I'm not super happy about that. But I understand from one criminal to another, you gotta take matters into your own hands every once in a while.
You sound a little too understanding. That's certainly not how I would take it. I'd be out there trying to break people's legs. And he like flashes like a little, it's like an extendable baton that he had in his hands.
Oh my God.
Shins, legs, groin, I don't care. And he slams it against the table. A couple people in the bar jump.
I casually take a drink. I'm like, yeah. Well, I can see your way of doing business and my way of doing business are a little bit different. But again, from criminal to criminal, I can see why you'd be interested in some information.
Bring me the tablet.
I'm really not the person you're looking for.
You bring me the tablet. I'll pay you. He looks around. I'll make it worth your while.
I'm not really looking for money in this case. Oh, can you tell me what your name is again, by the way? Because I just feel
My name is, I'll pay you 2,500 gold for that tablet.
Well, mister, I'll pay you 2,500 gold. I'm actually really looking for more work.
And I'll get you work.
Well, I suppose we're talking about something that's a little more interesting. What do you
might also
propose?
say that my name is Mr. If you show up again here and you don't have the tablet, someone's going to probably, stab you.
Pretty interesting. Okay, well, where would you like me to deliver this tablet, sir?
That is to me, here. I will be here until Tuesday.
You have nothing better to do than hang out in this dingy old bar?
I'm here for work.
Clearly. All right. Well, we'll see what we come up with in the next couple days. If I do come through, does that prove my loyalty?
He flashes.
Am I going to get more of this ridiculous hassling every time I come in here?
He flashes his teeth, and you can see that all of his teeth have been replaced by jeweled ones of various different things. There's silver, there's gold, there's one that appears to be some sort of like opalescent material. You bring it here, and I'll hook you up with connections, the works. But I need that. I need that tablet.
All right, well, we'll see what we can do. I finish my drink and lay the aforementioned gold on the counter to the bartender, Terry.
He gives a timid wave. He's like, thanks.
Give Terry a wink and a finger gun and make my way out of the bar.
He's like, no.
Don't look at me.
Terry knows what's up. Gotta pay my tab.
The halfling.
I'm gonna go back to the hotel. But I am going to be extremely aware of my surroundings on the way back, though.
Make a perception check.
Uh, 15 plus 5 is a 20.
You are absolutely being tailed by someone.
Can I try and get into a darker alleyway and try and get the jump on them and just try and get them to answer some questions? But I assume it's dark out now, right?
It's so it's going to be about 9 o'clock at this point, and we'll jump back to 8 o'clock where the show starts momentarily. But yeah, so there's people they're following you. I'm sorry, it's one person who's following you. You're going to try to jump into an alley?
Yeah, I just want to.
Okay.
I want to kind of lead them away from the hotel and where I'm actually going. Lead them off into an alley, turn a corner, and like ambush them essentially.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay. That's a 20.
Okay. You go unseen into an alleyway. However, once you go in there and lay in wait after you've concocted your plan, no one follows you.
All right, I'm going to wait there for a little while until I'm sure that I'm clear, and then I'm going to make my way back
Okay.
to the hotel.
As you leave, you don't notice anyone else following you.
Okay.
Okay. At the hotel, in the auditorium, Topaz, you were performing. Roll performance check with advantage. You've been doing that a long time, so you're pretty good at it.
All right. That is a 16.
16. Okay. So you're doing pretty good. You don't feel it's your best. Is there anything that's bothering Topaz?
I think it's less that there's something bothering her and more that because Troy's at the show, right?
Yes, and he is
Okay.
in the second row.
She's going out of her way to like make eye contact with him when she's
Oh.
like singing and like being really obnoxious about it.
You can see he's actually blushing. He's dressed very fancy. He's got a tuxedo on with a bow tie. And beside of him, when he rises up for a standing ovation, you see that Libro also rises up, and there's a little bow tie pinned to Libro.
Oh, baby.
Aww.
You can see also that Troy brought a bag of something with him. Aver in the audience. Roll. What are you doing in the audience?
I am. So, like, you know where, like, the ushers at shows will stand? They'll stand in, like, the aisles just watching and making sure, like, people aren't, like, filming or whatever.
Right.
I'm just gonna watch and make sure that nobody's, like, doing anything shifty or, like, if somebody gets up, I'm gonna, like, watch where they go.
Okay.
So,
Make
should I do, like, a perception
yes.
check?
Please.
Okay. And I have advantage on those. 23.
Okay. Looking, you don't see anyone getting up, but you do see that there are two very rude-looking patrons. There's a dwarf, and there is a human man who both have their legs up on the back of the chairs in front of them. The dwarf looks kind of silly doing this because he's got short legs. But they're watching, and they're dressed not quite as nice as someone would normally dress to something like this.
I'll keep an eye on them
Okay.
for a little while.
Skipping forward to... what is Nos doing during all this? Is he doing anything special?
He typically watches from behind the curtain.
Okay.
Is he groaning internally at Topaz?
A little bit.
Nos is just like, I would like to throw up now. Okay, you go on to your finale. Roll performance with advantage for your finale.
Okay. That is a 25. So
Oh,
she
you're
stops
killing
mucking
it.
around.
How does it look? What do you do?
Well, I think that she probably like has some sort of like thing with like backup dancers for the very end
Oh, okay.
and maybe like some magical like fireworks and pyrotechnics and stuff like that for like the grand finale.
Dude, this is the end of the Britney Spears extravaganza show.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like a Lady
There is
Gaga
some
show.
shit going on. Yes.
All right. Aver, during this, you notice the two people, they jump because they were not expecting the fireworks. And they look around like
I
something's been
giggle a little
shot.
bit.
Troy is freaking out, and at the end of this, when you give your bows, he's standing up, clapping. Libro is too. You can see Libro also has the little hairpin you put on him.
It's like book clap. How does
Yeah.
the book clap?
Well, I showed it earlier,
Like-
but yeah, just like,
Oh,
this is the stupidest character I've ever made up, and I love him. He's
Bro.
my child.
I love him.
Okay.
He's best boy.
You're doing very, very well, and you see the curtains close, and people start to leave. The two people that you were watching, Aver, get up to leave.
Okay, I'll like blend in with the crowd kind of and like kind of walk out in like the same, making sure I'm keeping in the same general area as them so that I can see them.
Okay. Make a perception check to try to listen into what they're saying.
Oh, I don't have a listening advantage. Let's see.
What's
18.
Your big elf ears here.
What's your elf is
Yeah.
here, Legolas. Okay. You can hear them saying, the dwarf looks up to the human man and says, I ain't seen that kobold for a while. I don't think he left the building. And the human man sits down and is like, I guess he ain't going to talk to the boss. That's a problem. Well, let's go check back in and we'll see what to do from here.
Where are they going?
They leave the casino, and you can see that they walk in the direction of. They walk down the main drag, and they take a turn into a road that leads to the Brownwater Inn
Okay.
and that district. You don't know if they're going there, but they're going towards the district where that is. It's also near where Otto's is.
Have we heard from Otto?
I'm sure if
recently?
I walk,
He's in the hotel, but you haven't heard from him in a couple days.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I walk down the road in this dress, then I'm gonna attract attention.
Oh yeah,
So
but you can.
I'm gonna leave it
You are
at
rather
that.
sparkly.
I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay.
I don't want them to know that I'm following.
Nos, you
And
are.
I'm sorry. What did
go
he
ahead.
say? I haven't seen that kobold and something about the boss.
I haven't seen that kobold go anywhere, and he said, "We're gonna have to talk to the boss about this."
Okay.
Because it seemed like he wasn't going to go meet with him tonight, I think was what you said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, Nos, are you still backstage?
Yes.
You can hear a knock at the door.
Am I there also?
Are you there?
Is-
Are you near
is it-
Nos, or did
is-
you go back to your room? Your
Well,
dressing room.
she's probably in her dressing room, like getting uncostumified. So
Okay, so this is in the back, like it's like the door where you would like knock on to go backstage.
oh, okay.
There is a peephole to that, right?
There is people, yeah.
Look in there.
It's Troy and Libro. You can see Troy. Troy is holding a dozen red roses, and Libro also has one sticking out of the leaves of his pages.
Aw, come on.
He'll like
Let him in.
he'll crack it open and just be like, "Who and why
Oh,
What's
Uh,
let
we,
you in
uh,
here?
we
Let you even approach this door?"
he looks around. He's like, "Might I see Topaz?"
For the record, this is how Aver and I got into, by the way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look
That
what
was-
happened.
that
Now
was-
we're best friends.
That was during the show, though.
That's
Like
true.
right
Yeah,
before
it was
the
after.
show.
I think it was right after. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
yeah,
I
yeah, I
have a
think it
bad
was after.
memory.
Oh yeah, it was because
Mhm.
Topaz was like,
After.
"Yeah, hold on, let me get changed and we can go party." Yeah.
You
Yeah.
blacked it out from memory.
I truly did.
So Troy's just standing there. He's like, "Might I see Topaz? Perhaps, Mr. Nos?"
She's in her dressing room right now.
So, thank you. And is that a yes or?
That's a no.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see her later then. Do tell her that I enjoyed the performance.
Uh-huh.
Troy,
He
you're
walks
gonna fight for
away.
your lady.
He
You gotta
looks
fight for it, dude.
he looks dejected. Like he looks sad. about
Aww.
Nos like,
Nos
yeah.
is like the dad with a shotgun.
Right. Yeah.
As,
the shotgun being poisoned from his mouth.
this. Did you have the door? The door was cracked, right?
It was cracked, but
As-
once he turned around, he closed it.
As Troy goes to leave, you see Libro like try to jam himself into the crack, but he fails.
Oh no!
Aw.
Don't push him in the door.
Libro, no.
No, Libro himself tried that. Not
He just
Troy didn't do anything of that.
Oh yeah,
mean-
no, but don't squish Libro in the door.
Like, he'll let Libro in.
Don't hurt my baby.
So Libro comes in.
Yeah, Libro
Okay.
can come in.
Libro flies right past you. He's kind of rude about it. And he just goes to Topaz's dressing room and just starts slamming his body against the door.
Oh my god.
Could I grab him?
You can make a dexterity check to try.
Can you
Like,
touch
what
the
the
book?
hell is that?
That's a 17.
Okay, you succeed
Tackle.
because he did a contesting roll and he only rolled a 13. However, when you do that, you grab the book. Text starts appearing all around in like a bubble that just says question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. Hands off, hands off.
Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, Okay, I'm not going to continue that
It
joke.
was you didn't get an XD though. No woo-woos either.
That wasn't my joke,
Mm.
but I appreciate it.
Oh.
He'll I don't know how to describe this action. He like has the cover of it like in front of his face, like, do not disturb her. She is changing.
He just replies with ... Okay, I'll wait.
And he'll let him go.
He just goes out in front of the door and just like flops there and lays silent.
Aw.
I think Topaz definitely heard him slamming into the door, though, right?
I don't think he got there to slam into it. It
Oh,
was,
okay.
Nos.
Oh, okay, Nos caught him
Yeah.
before that. Okay.
And there's just a book laying outside.
Aw.
Okay, well, then she's
Poor
just gonna
baby.
take her time and she'll probably change into something decently nice to kind of leave the auditorium and maybe go have a few drinks somewhere or whatever afterwards, and she'll kind of open the door when she's ready and probably almost steps on Libro because she's not expecting him to be there.
As soon as you open the door, he pops up. He's just like right in your face. And
Libro!
he backs up a bit, and the text just says, Troy tried to come give you flowers, but your quote-unquote bodyguard wouldn't let him.
Aw. Tattletale.
I think she kind of like, she blinks for a moment and then she's like, oh, I see. Okay, well, that's all right. I'll go see him later.
And you just get a smiley face, and Libro flies off, and then comes back and shakes his little book head and shows the hairpin and said, sorry, I took this by accident.
Oh, you can keep it. It looks better on you.
You get like
Aw.
3 big smiley faces in a row with no spaces between them, and he flies away.
Libro,
Love
best
him.
boy.
Is
He's so
Nos right there too?
I would assume so, but
Did Nos hear / I guess see Libro tattle on him?
Yeah. He's not super phased about it.
Okay. She'll say, I don't think Topaz is particularly surprised. I'm gonna guess that this has probably happened often, actually.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So she'll say, well, shall we? I'm all changed, so why don't we head out? Was there anywhere we needed to go tonight after the show?
Caboose is yelling at me, and he says no. He literally says no.
Aw.
No. I know. I forgot my boy's name for a second. I know Nos has to go talk to Tulsi,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay,
that's about it for him.
Yeah, but does he want Topaz to come along for that, or is he like? She's asking if there's anything on her schedule for the rest of the night,
On
basically.
her schedule, no,
On
there's
her
nothing else.
schedule. Okay. All right. Well, then she'll say, "Well, then, have a good night, Nos," and she'll kind of head up to go upstairs.
He'll give her a bow and leave.
Okay, Nos, do you go to Tulsi now?
Yes.
Okay. You see her. She's standing on her stool behind the desk as usual, and she sees you walking up. It's like, "Hi, Nos. How are you?"
I'm doing well, Tulsi. How are you?
"Oh, I've drank a lot of coffee tonight. I'm having a great night.
Oh.
I'm on cup 4.
Oof.
The theme here with
What's-
your coffee addicted characters.
I like coffee.
What's the occasion?
Stress?
Oh.
So, what can I do for you?
The letter that I received today.
Oh, yes.
Do you happen to know who dropped it off?
She says, no, it was dropped into a mail slot. Must have been sometime real late last night. But yeah, it was put into the mail slot.
Ah, okay.
Was it a good letter, I hope? Secret crush letter? Anything juicy?
no.
You tell Tulsi? Okay.
No, nothing of the sort.
Oh, well, you don't have to share, but I hope it was good news.
Thank you, Tulsi. He reaches into his bag and gives her a skin of water. Please have some water. That much coffee could be bad for your heart.
She takes it and she's just like, thanks, and hands it back to you.
Ah,
That was my dice.
Now you have to pick up all your dice.
I know. I dumped out most of them first. So. It's worth it. Yes,
With
Well,
she takes
he'll-
judging you in the background.
he'll thank her
Precious.
and bow and leave very awkwardly.
See ya
Where is-
later.
Where is this office? Is this like near the front of the casino?
It's the front desk of the casino, so it's like the front
Okay.
desk of the hotel and the casino.
I want to bust in to the front door because I'm coming back anyway.
Mhm.
And can I manage to either run into Aver or to Nos on my way in?
I don't know where Aver is right now, but Nos would be leaving the front desk.
When those guys, when I saw them turn like in the direction of the brown runner inn, I went back inside.
So would you be in the lobby?
Yeah, probably.
So it's like 10:15 or so. Okay, so Aver and Nos are there. Topaz can be there if she chooses to be.
Perfect.
Topaz is going upstairs, so.
Okay.
Just the people I wanted to see. We got to talk. I got some information, and it's not
yes.
great.
Ooh.
I say
So do I.
excitedly.
I've got some really bad news!
But you know what? Today was kind of a long day. Maybe we could go somewhere fun. Nos, do you know any place that's like kind of chill, that's like not full of criminals by any chance? Some off the strip bars around the area.
Plenty, as I turn to the DM.
You would know. You know that there's the Umbrian, which is a very fancy
Too
restaurant
expensive.
with a bar and also has private
We want
rooms in the back.
friendly, private, where we can talk and also have a drink in public. In a
There's
safe place with no
Fantasy Applebee's,
criminal.
if you would.
fantasy
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Fantasy Applebee's.
the closest thing to fantasy Applebee's is the Bottomless Cauldron, a very it's an upscale for a buffet, but it's a buffet. It's outside of the casino. It's not the same one you went to that weighed yourself. So this is like a nice buffet, but they also have like a big bar area, and they also have some like more quiet side rooms. It's a really popular place in
Bottomless-
We
town.
get
The Bottomless
jalapeno
Cauldron
poppers.
gives me like Cheesecake Factory vibes.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Fantasy
Yeah.
Cheesecake
Ooh, yeah.
Factory.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounds perfect. Can we, like, I look at my wristband and I'm like, look, Nos, I purposely did not make it so that we could call each other just for you, but now I'm regretting it because we could totally just call Topaz right now, tell her to come down and go to Fantasy Applebee's with us. I mean, the Bottomless Cauldron.
Same thing.
But out of respect, Nos, I just want you to know this was for you, buddy.
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it.
That's right. But you really should call Topaz, because we should go and get some sweet apps. Come on, jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, whatever the equivalent is. Come on.
Pretzels and beer cheese. They're
Yes!
fucking delicious.
Come on, Nas. Even you must eat some of this garbage. Come on.
No.
Ah.
But also,
Nas, what do you do
Topaz,
for fun, man? What's your, like, fun day?
What's fun?
Well, I guess life is just one big slog, I suppose. Way to bring the group down, Nos. All right, let's go find Topaz.
Topaz is predisposed.
You don't think she's gonna want to come and have some delicious, delicious wings
Unlikely.
made from weird fantasy buzzards?
Oh my god.
Whatever the equivalent is.
It's like
Every
a
time
rock
I ask about
RC.
something, yeah, mushroom caps or like some awful fungus, stewed fungus.
I think she's too fancy for fantasy Applebee's.
All right, well
Or
then I guess
the
we're going
bottomless
without her,
cauldron.
but I really think she would be bummed if she didn't get to come. Are you sure, Nos? Because I could
Yes.
totally run up and go ring her doorbell right now.
She's not there.
All right, let's go. Let's go to Fantasy Applebee's. She probably has a hot date tonight anyway. Like, give Nos
Ooh.
elbow.
Ugh.
Is Nos going to Fantasy Applebee's?
Yeah, he'll go to Fantasy Applebee's.
Okay.
Fantasy Applebee's, Fantasy
Right.
Applebee's.
Reluctantly.
Half-off apps.
Begrudgingly.
PM, you know?
All right. So you are on the way to
Being
Fantasy
happy over
Applebee's.
2 for 20.
As this is happening, two things. We're gonna cut to Topaz in just a second, but Nos, you do feel the sending stone that you bought vibrate.
Okay, I'll answer that.
You hear Tolkas's voice say, "Hey, Nos, did you all decide about what we were gonna do with the you know what?"
The Applebee's?
The
Make Pelkus go to Applebee's.
the
you
thing.
know?
Invite him. He's gonna love it. We're all like hushed, laugh, just, like talking in the background.
He's like growing like really anxious over this. Just like them behind her or behind him. But bottomless cauldron.
I hear the struggle with the cat.
Tolkas just says like, "Is that a thing? Should I go there?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll find it. Okay, I'll go right now. And
And he
hangs
like
up.
throws it back in his bag and turns around. Like if he didn't have scales, he'd be super red faced.
Oh, we're so excited! Friend party time! If only Topaz was coming.
Okay, Topaz.
I mean, you could go find her, but
He's gonna go on a hot date.
Topaz, what are you doing?
she is going to go up to her room and she's going to freshen up a little bit, and then she's going to go knock on Troy's door.
The door opens and you can see him just sort of like looking outside. He's like, "Oh, hello. I hope I didn't bother your little assistant earlier. I tried to see you twice today."
Oh, don't worry about him. He's just like that.
Oh,
I have a lot of unwanted suitors, you have to understand. He's got to be very careful about who he lets in.
oh well. That honestly seems rather admirable. So I'm glad you have such a dutiful assistant.
As am I. But I thought I'd pay you a little visit now that I'm unoccupied.
Well, I'm certainly happy to see you. Come in. And he waves you in. And you see the room's made up real nice, and he says, "Oh, just a second." He runs over to a table beside his bed, and he brings back a dozen roses. He says, "Here, this is for you," and he bows.
Oh, she'll take it and she'll smell them and she'll be like, "How sweet of you."
Well, I just wanted to say your performance was most impressive tonight, but that finale actually gave me lots of emotions. It was He
you
tears
like
up a
that?
little bit. He's like, it was phenomenal. You're very, very talented. Thank you so much to you and to your assistant for giving me those tickets.
Of course. Glad you could
Libro,
make
I'm
it.
sure, is very appreciative too, but he ran off somewhere.
Oh yes, he made sure to let me know that.
So you've
you
seen
hadn't
him.
been let
Excellent.
in. Yes.
He's been wanting more freedom lately, so I've been allowing him to. Well, I've been letting him go where he wants.
Oh yes, yes. He stopped by earlier to participate in a little dress-up game we were playing.
Oh, did you put a dress on him? Or
No,
it's,
but
or-
I
is
gave
it
him a
gender?
little hair clip.
Oh, that's where he got that.
Yes.
Keep saying he. That's great. That's fantastic.
They, I guess.
Yeah,
is
I guess they.
Hmm.
Because I said libro, I think of masculine when I say that.
Mhm.
So. Okay.
It's masculine noun in Spanish.
Yeah.
So.
So that's excellent. It was very cute.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So what are you up to tonight?
Oh, well, truth be told, I was probably just going to go back to my room and relax.
Oh well, if you need a partner in relaxation or a companion for a drink or a nice dinner somewhere, would love to be of service.
Sorry, I'm trying to decide if I should do this or not.
YOLO.
She'll say, actually, I could go for some mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
I was wondering how to work this into like Fantasy Applebee's. Oh, is that a regional thing?
Sorry. Yes, it's a special dish they have at the bottomless cauldron.
Oh well, is that some type of is a mozzarella a type of monster like the purple worm that I tried?
Mozzarella.
Oh my God.
Mozzarella.
It's a type
I
of
love him.
cheese. And
Cheese.
they deep fry it.
Oh, you had me at deep fried cheese. Yes, let's go.
It's quite decadent, really.
He says, maybe I should change out of the tuxedo. So, just a moment. He says, you can wait in the foyer or whatever, and he walks and goes and changes. And
while he's changing, I would like to snoop around for anything
okay,
interesting.
make an
Ooh.
investigation check.
Okay. Oh man, my investigation's not that good. That is a 15.
You see a number of enchanting and wizard books. You see a staff. You see a wizard's robe and hat.
See a wizard's underwear.
Wizard. You do see
Put on my robe
wizard's
and
underwear
hat.
with some. Yes, as I was thinking, with the little sparkles. You also see.
Thinking of that really old meme that's like, I
Yeah.
put on my
Yeah.
wizard robe and hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Good.
like gonna roleplay later.
Casts 12 roses of the infinite. So, God, I love that meme.
It's a lot better than what it was.
Huh? Oh yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
better than what it was. It was Cock of the Infinite at first.
We'll yeah. I didn't know if Jane's ears could take that. So
Yeah, they can.
This is Jane we're talking about.
I know we love you, Jane. So you find a number of correspondences in letters between him and Ceres as well.
Okay. Nothing suspicious?
Nothing too suspicious. The letters are a little salacious, but
Oh,
yeah. So do you read them?
yes.
Okay. You see what appears to be letters that Ceres has been sending Troy, mostly complaining about her lack of dates and how frustrated she is with her life and coming here, and she's talking about how she wants changes in her life. The tone is a little flirty, but it's also clear from her. You're only seeing her perspective because any letters he sent are gone. But
Right.
it's you get the hint that Troy isn't interested in her, but Ceres is maybe a little interested in him, but mostly just frustrated with her lack of romance and lack of adventure.
Maybe just kind of like he's a dude and so he's available, etc., etc. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
maybe.
Convenience.
Okay.
So he comes back out and he's wearing a bright blue shirt with a little bit of a frill here and some red pants. with burgundy pants. Says, shall we? I would love to try these mozzarella sticks.
She'll kind of gesture to the door and say, "After you."
Oh, thank you. And he walks and says, so where do we buy these mozzarella sticks? Sticks. Sorry, I'm not used to the cuisine of this land yet.
She'll say, "Well, it's at the bottomless cauldron. It's DM, how far away?
It's like a quarter mile. It's pretty close to the.
I'll say it's quite close. We'll be there in a couple of minutes."
Okay. So you walk there. Is there anything in particular you talk to him about?
I think she will ask him more about like the kind of enchanting research that he's working on.
Okay, so he tells you that he again is very interested in providing sentient to previously non-sentient things, and one of the interests I really have is I talked about working with sentients, and I do wonder how you can transfer the soul or the consciousness of one creature into something else, which is not a thing you can really experiment with ethically, but I do wonder how it might be able to be used to preserve life after death, perhaps. But again, I have ethical problems testing that, but I'm very interested in that question.
She'll say, is there much reading on the subject then? I assume not everyone was stopped by the idea of it being unethical.
There's not much reading. There are whispers of people who have perfected things, but I've mostly found these stories to be without any merit or truth. Actually, I'm one of the few who publish on the topic.
Oh.
So,
well, if you can't test anything out, then what do you publish exactly?
Well, theories and mostly testing with creating sentience and passing it from one item to the next. So in theory, that might be something you could do with the soul of a humanoid or a dragon or whatever. I've actually been applying to some universities to teach, perhaps in the future. So maybe that will be a thing I can teach.
Interesting.
Future potential crossover.
All about him.
She'll ask him where he would most like to teach.
Well, I've applied to the Umbrian School of Engineering. I've applied to Brightstone, and I have applied to the Palladium Citadel School. I don't really have a preference. I just want someone to pay me to do work that I like, and maybe and maybe someplace.
You both, my friend.
Maybe someplace Ceres could work, because I think if I left and didn't take her, she might stalk me.
Topaz will say, "Oh God,
oh no,
the pear juice,
alcohol."
Topaz will say, she'll say, "Yes, she seems awfully fond of you."
Oh, we've been best friends for years. Nothing romantic, I assure you. But yeah, we're just friends.
She'll say,
You can insight that if you want.
Yeah, I think she's gonna do that. Cause
okay.
I was trying to figure out how to word that, but that is a... Oh man, my insight sucks. All right, that was a 15.
You can tell that he feels awkward about this. Feels like it might be hurting any chances he would have with you, so he's trying to play it down. He's just like, but he seems sincere in his sentiment that he's not interested in her.
Okay.
Ceres is she's lovely, but she can play the field, so to speak. So I think she'll be fine. I think she's just lonely.
Aww.
She'll say, well, there's no shortage of people here looking for a good time, so...
Yes, that's what I told her, but she seems a little nervous about it, but I'm sure she'll spread her wings out here sometime.
there's the restaurant.
Yeah, so I was about to say, it's like you get close to it. And you see, there's Kazri, there's Aver, and there's Nos, and Tolkas has made it. He is breathing heavily, and he's just like, oh, I thought I would be here late. Sorry. And there's your friends outside. So, what does everyone do?
Oh my gosh! Did all friend bracelets just work right now? Because I feel like they did. Oh my gosh! Everybody turn on your bracelets at the same time. This is so cool. Turn it on. Come on. Turn it on. Turn it on. Come on.
They're coming over to where Topaz and Troy are?
Yes! Turn it on. Friendship forever. Turn it on. Yes!
Reluctantly push the button.
Yes! Everybody else around us, super bummed they don't have these.
I would like to say this
Turn
is
them off.
exactly what
Turn
it's
them
like to hang out with Aaron IRL.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
It really is.
I love her.
We love Aaron. We stand. Okay.
All right.
And Aaron.
So you see inside, there's a dwarf, maitre d', welcoming everyone. He's like, welcome into the bottomless cauldron where the food never stops.
We're actually looking for the place where the fun does stop and where the cozy...
Oh.
How many people do we have? 8 people? 8
Yeah,
people in a dark bar corner begins. So
Topaz,
we got
will,
that.
Topaz will step forward and say, yes, we'd like the back room.
Well, there's a couple back rooms. There's the bottomless bottle, where the wine never stops. There's the bottomless...
Yes, that one.
Okay, well, there's another
Like
one
already
where the
dancing.
there's the bottomless meditation room where the chill never stops too.
That's pretty sweet.
I'd
like that
prefer
one.
I'd prefer the wine.
All right, do you want the
That's where you-
private room or do you want just like the big drinking area?
The private room.
He runs you into the back and shows a room that's got enough seating for about 10 people in booths in there. It's like a big circular booth with a table in the middle. He's like, all right, so you're Topaz, right?
That's me.
Will you be having bottle service today?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Do you want the pricing information now or just later?
Later.
Oh, well, okay. I'll get my finest waiter right on that. Thank you so much. And he bows and leaves. Tolkas is just like, I am so lost here.
Topaz will look to Tolkas and she'll say, I'm surprised to see you out and about.
Yes, I called Nos here, and he said to come to here.
Yeah, because they have
Oh.
bomb mozzarella sticks.
Bomb what now?
Mozzarella sticks. They're
Mozzarella
so
sticks.
good. We're gonna get
Mozzarella
some.
sticks?
It's so good.
The waiter comes back.
Fried cheese, Aver.
The waiter comes back with glasses, sets them around. He brings 4 wine bottles and a bottle of vodka there, and as well as a couple mixers like some juice. Just sets
We're
them in the
having a
middle of the
party.
table.
Oh my god.
And then he brings in two huge plates of appetizers. Each of them are in there with little toothpicks with a sign that says what they are. So the mozzarella sticks are on there. They are called actually monsterella sticks.
Good.
You see potato skins are called dragon skins. There are fried mushrooms, which are just called fried mushrooms.
Oh.
And you also see a couple other fried things like there's like mac and cheese bites. There's some shrimp cocktails. And there's even the really exotic things like there's dragon chicken wings, which are like big chicken wings.
Oh man, I feel kind
This
of bad
is
for
insane.
eating
Big
dragon wings.
leg.
I think
And-
Aver's. Do they pass out like little appetizer plates?
Yeah,
for
they
everybody?
do. And the guy
Okay,
says,
I
he's
think-
like, don't worry, they're not real dragon chicken wings. They're just big chickens.
Oh.
Have fun.
Okay, I think Aver is gonna take like one of everything and put it on her plate.
I want to pull Topaz aside really quick
Okay,
into the corner.
she'll come.
All right. So we decided that there's a lot of some secret stuff we got to talk about here. How much do you trust your boy Troy here?
She says, if I had known that we were going to be talking about secret stuff, I don't know that I would have brought him, but
All right.
she'll say, perhaps I can make an excuse to leave a little early to leave you some time to discuss, and Nos can fill me in afterwards.
Nah, that's lame. Let's just hang out. It'll be fine. We'll talk about serious stuff later. It's
All right.
fine.
Is there something the matter? Is it urgent or?
Well, I mean, other than the fact that we're currently being actively trailed by the songbirds at every single different way that we walk and talk, and our waiter could possibly be for the songbirds, and
You do see
I
the
could
waiter.
now be working for them. I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like, there's a lot to talk about.
Okay, well maybe we shouldn't talk about it here at all then.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, let's fucking have a great time, and then we'll talk about it
We can
later.
meet in my suite later without other distractions.
That's a good idea.
Tolkus with a potato skin just like hanging from his mouth leans over to Nos and Kazri and says, "So when are we going to get this thing?"
Okay, dude. We just talked about this. We're not going to talk about this,
He didn't
all
hear
right?
it.
So...
And Troy is just like, "Oh, what thing are we getting?"
We are getting some more
Mozzarella sticks.
mozzarella sticks.
I need to try one.
What's
And
up?
he picks one up and he bites into it and he pulls it away and there's just like a trail of monsterella and he swallows it, slurping up the like trail that's left. And he's like, "Oh dear heavens."
Amazing,
I
right?
did
That is
warn
very
you they
good.
were quite good.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I'm
dip
having-
one in
I'm
a
having
fuck
a-
ton of marinara.
I'm having emotions again.
Libro, Troy, check this out. Check this
Guys,
out.
Did Libra?
And I-
Libra's not here, right? He didn't come.
Libro is not here.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't come. Oh, never mind.
No,
I won't-
he's
I won't-
off doing something. I don't know what.
That's too bad. Well, I thought maybe he was here. Okay, never mind. Cancel that.
Were you gonna smear some greasy cheese on him?
No, I was going to show my sweet porn book.
Okay, so this goes on. Is there anything that's discussed at dinner?
How fucking good this food is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has, like, I don't know, I assume Troy just kind of fits in with the group and just kind of hangs out. Like, there's nothing...
He's melding pretty good. He seems a little nervous around Nos, but he's making conversation and he's talking to everyone, and he seems really happy. He looks satisfied to be out with friends.
And Tolkus seems probably just amazed by the glamour of
Tolkus
the
is thrilled with
Olive,
everything. He's
not the
just
Olive
like
Garden, but
he's eating everything, and every time they come in to pour wine,
Cheesecake
he's
Factory.
like, "This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this." And he looks up at there are sort of like magical electric lights in the room, and he's like, "This is crazy." He leans over to Kazri and he's like, "How are you not freaking out right now?"
I know I am secretly freaking out right now. This is awesome.
So he does whisper over to Nos.
I'm also gonna take some of the. You finish yours, and
Okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do afterwards.
Tolkus leans over to Nos and just whispers to Werewolf, and you can hear it. He's like, "We really do need to talk about this soon, though. So what day do you want to go do the thing?"
Monday.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, so what were you doing, Kazri?
I'm gonna take some napkins, just very carefully. Plate them out. Take some chicken wings, put them in, wrap it up. Take some
Cassie's
mozzarella.
jacking wings.
Put all you can eat means all I can eat now and later. So I'm gonna
Oh,
put
that
a
stuff
little.
is gonna be good later. It's all greasy.
Yes, that's what I'm. Oh my gosh, girl after my
Is there
own
a
heart.
fantasy
You're gonna
microwave?
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna create all kinds of little delicious food
Pocket.
packets and put it away in my bag for later.
So the waiter comes back and he brings the receipt over, and he's like, "Miss Topaz, I believe this is for you." And Troy grabs it out of the air and says, "No, I'll be paying today." And he looks at it, he's like, "Oh." Pops down enough gold to where it clinks, and he like actively tries to get it away from Topaz, and he said, "Here." And you can see like it was a
Troy's a
pretty big pile.
baller.
And he says, "It's my pleasure."
Thanks. Sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
it's
just-
quite a
I
large
really-
My
bill.
pleasure, that's for sure.
I appreciate so much being out with friends and seeing your hospitality. And what was that, Kazri?
Nothing.
Oh, well, yes, it was my pleasure. So, thank you. And
I love it.
my lovely friend Topaz here invited me. I'm very happy. I appreciate
We're
it.
super glad that you came, Troy. I'm sorry that you didn't bring Ceres with you.
Oh, Ceres. Yes, I'm not sure what she's up to. I believe she went clubbing or something.
Sounds super fun.
Well, she does enjoy it.
All right, well, should we pack it up?
All right,
Call it a night?
Are you all going back to the...
I'm getting pretty tired. Yawn. Oh, I'm so tired. You guys want to go back to the hotel and go to bed?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody makes their way back there. Tolkis leans over to Nos and says, do we need to talk about anything tonight? In, like, the room or anything?
I think maybe
He, like, pokes Nos.
if Topaz sees Tulkas approaching Nos, she'll kind of like back up and join them a little bit, and she'll just kind of say very quietly so that Troy can't hear her. She'll say, "Meet me in my suite in half an hour."
Okay. She says okay, and everyone goes back. And Troy, once you get inside, he says, "Well, Topaz, thank you for the lovely night. I hope we can do this again sometime. And your friends are lovely, interesting, but lovely."
I bust up and I'm like, "Troy, do you need a bundle of mozzarella sticks to take back to your room?"
He thinks for a second. He's like, "There's nothing that I need." Both more and less. Yes.
Okay, here you go. And then I shove it into his hands.
He
like,
takes
enjoy.
some.
I still have some others in my bag for later.
These must be horrible for me. I don't think I can eat too many more, but yes, I will eat all of them. Thank you.
Perfect for breakfast.
He bows.
You don't even need to heat him up.
He bows and says, "Topaz, I hope to see you again soon." And he walks into the elevator and goes up.
And I give like a little woo.
She'll grab him by the arm before he goes into the elevator.
Okay. Oh, yes.
She'll give him a kiss on the cheek and then walk away.
He just says, "Oh." And you can see, like, he's a light violet tiefling, and he just goes beet red, and he's like, "Thank you." And he turns around like this and just walks into the elevator. And you can see once he gets in, he sort of like collapses against the door as the orc looks down and is like, "Oh, what floor?" And then the doors close.
Aw.
And we were totally making some...
They can see it if they want to, yeah.
Aver will like jab Kazri's arm and be like,
Oh my god! Topaz will say, she'll just turn around and say, "Well, now that we've gotten rid of him, why don't we head up to my suite?"
Let's go.
Okay. Tolkis comes along, and you get up there when the elevator comes back, and you get into your suite with no problems.
All right, so Tolkis is with us, right?
Yeah, and we're going to probably wrap this up in like 5-ish minutes.
Okay,
should we have the conversation now about what we saw, or should we wait till next week?
Let's have the conversation now, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
To preface, I will apprise him of the situation via the letter that he got.
So, we know those people are still after the tablet then, so I propose we make a move soon. We could do so Monday, as you said to me in the restaurant, Nos, or we could do so earlier, but we need to do so sooner rather than later. We still have the fake tablets.
But look, no, they're watching us all the time.
Sure.
They're watching us all the time. They can even see through my disguises. I went to the bar, and they knew exactly who I was. And I tried to play it off, and I think I've managed to at least get them to entertain the idea that I'm possibly able to work for them. But if I don't show up with the goods, I think they're going to come after us regardless.
Well, he pulls out... Wait, no, the fake tablet. Does he have it, or does Nos have it?
He does have the fake tablet. Yeah.
He pulls out the fake tablet and says, "You can take this if you wish. I no longer need the fake tablet. I've copied it and studied it all I need. But if you would like to do as you wish with it, here you go."
Topaz will say, "I don't know if we should give them the exact copy. Maybe we should modify it a little bit before we give it to them, but..."
I could do that.
Be able to tell.
If you give me an extra day, I could modify that, or I could find someone who could probably maybe do a better job than me, but I could definitely do it.
I don't see why not. And then, Kazra, you could bring it back and they would trust you, and then maybe you could get more information.
I know, but I don't know how much that's going to get us. I don't exactly know what they want from it. The guy that I met, presumably this big, he's a short guy, so it's kind of an ironic name, but he's making it work for him. But he wasn't really interested in talking, and he definitely knows that I'm working with you and with Nos. And I was trailed all the way back to the hotel until I could lose them along an alleyway. I don't know if I was trailed any ways after that, but I didn't see anybody.
You don't think that if you showed up with the thing that they want, they would at least be a little more inclined to entertain you?
It depends on what they wanted for. If they want to show up underground and show up, mere hours behind us with a fake tablet, they're going to run into us, A, and B, they're going to realize pretty quickly that it's fake. I don't know. I'm kind of at this point. I kind of feel like we have to kill big. I mean, what if we brought this precise, awesome, perfect information to Ceres and to Troy? Wouldn't they be able to take care of this problem? They're after the Songbirds, and Big definitely admitted that he was part of the Songbirds.
I think that there would certainly be some questions about why we didn't bring this sooner. But
yeah,
if you're prepared to field that, then I suppose it wouldn't hurt to send them ahead of us to hopefully remove some obstacles.
I mean, information's information. How we got it, maybe they won't care so much. We may have to answer some questions later, but we're kind of in a time crunch as it is right now. We have until the end of the weekend to bring him something, whether it's fake or if it's nothing.
Topaz looks over to Nos and says, "What do you think, Nos?"
They want the tablet. By extension, they want me.
I'd rather not put your life in further danger as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm not inclined to give myself to them either. I suppose we have no choice but to tell Ceres and Troy.
Seems like the enemy of our enemy is our friend in this case.
Well, Ceres is the one who is actually doing this, correct? Troy's just here to emotionally support her, or whatever the hell it was that he said.
Presumably, yes. I mean, I don't have a problem having this conversation with Ceres tomorrow, but if things go sideways and she decides to take us in, you're gonna have to move real quickly. I can't tell how she's gonna take it. It's kind of an awful lot of information. Or I obscure the entire book entirely, and we just go back to the fact that we know that there's a songbird hideout, and we know this guy is looking for a very specific relic. I don't know. I say we sleep on it. I'm going to see Ceres tomorrow, so I can talk to her and see if I can get some sort of baseline information out of her, and we can kind of make a judgment call from there. I think Troy's kind of proven to be a pretty good guy.
I'm not terribly opposed to him knowing. However, do we want him to be involved? Is the question.
Good question. Something to think about. Aver, what do you think? What did you see at the show tonight, by the way? Anything?
You're muted, Allie.
It's not picking up. Did your headset die?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Maybe
flip it
flip
up.
it up and flip it back down again.
Oh, I just saw a flash of green
Hello?
around you.
Hi.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
are.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was. I did see two men. There was a dwarf and a human, and they said, "I haven't seen that kobold go anywhere." And the other one said, I guess we're going to have to talk to the boss about this.
Well, there we go.
And then they
present
headed
that
off.
information to Ceres.
They headed out toward the direction of the Brownwater Inn. I didn't follow them anymore because I was a little overdressed and I didn't want to attract attention, but
Well, maybe
that is
that's
what
our
I
out.
saw.
Maybe we just bring that evidence and, you know, see how she takes it.
If we told Ceres that the songbirds were after Nos, I'm sure she'd have to take it as a serious threat.
She does work for Halcyon.
And that might be your bodyguard now. That would work out quite nicely, actually.
I suppose.
I think that's the move. All right. Well, tomorrow I'll talk to Ceres and Topaz. You have your show tomorrow. And I think we just kind of keep an eye peeled, but I don't think it's safe for any of us to leave the casino by ourselves.
I agree. I don't think any of us should leave without at least a buddy with us at all times.
And Nos, that goes for you going to the library. They have an eye on you 24/7. It's not going to be safe.
Caboose says don't do it.
I like to,
Yeah,
I like to
Caboose
think
says
that
watch
meow
out.
was actually Nos.
Topaz will say, Nos, perhaps you ought to go speak to Ceres with Kazri tomorrow and get everything sorted out. And then you can have her accompany you to go do some research.
I feel like I could probably handle it. We're trying to make this a romantic thing there, Topaz. You know about just like you don't want a lot of people hanging
I'm
around,
sorry,
you know?
I didn't realize.
She does seem like she's looking for a date. I think I'm really doing you a favor, actually.
Oh, she's definitely looking for a date.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and end it here, and we'll pick up with this next time. Everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. The stream has been a little wonky the last, 30 minutes, I know. But we love and appreciate you all. And I hope everyone has a great night.
Yay!
All right. Bye.
Have a good
Hey.
night.